they are where they are.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that with Sammy Murray. I mean, you only have to look at his background. He's short AFL career, but it was a pretty good one.
He was on the list for 4 years. He was at Sydney for a long time, and then obviously went to Collingwood. And it's a mistake a young kid can make, and we can see it all the time. And if he had been a 50, 60, 70 game player at the time that indiscretion happened, he probably gets another contract still, like a few of them. But because he was a guy that only played the 8 or 9 games, he just doesn't get that second chance, and he probably regret that. But it's probably made him grow up a little bit too and become the player / coach and person off the field that he is.
He has. And Joel Montgomery, before we get Scotty's tips, I'll get you to just your quick summary on it and who you think might win.
Like I said earlier, I'm probably going to tip Wang Rovers today. Just a few too many of that high-quality class out of Yarrawonga, particularly Cam Wilson and the other little master from their side with, I forgot his name. Michael Gibbons. It's a pretty easy name. Yeah. He's only had one every trophy you can probably win. With those guys out, I'll be going Wang Rovers today.
Yep. All right, well, it's all set. Players.
Who are you going, Robbie? Who's your tip?
I'm going to go Yarrawonga.
Yep.
Because it's at home. And that's probably the only reason today.
It's one of those 50-50 toss of the coin sort of moments, isn't it, today?
Yeah, no Cam Wilson. No Ryan Bruce and Mickey Gibbons, I think, really
into it already at half forward too, boys.
Even this game's up. Well, yeah, still a few. First siren's gone. There's still a few kids on the ground there, and Scott Montgomery's just having a look at things down in the Yarrawonga forward line there. They are kicking to the Murray River end, and we're all set to go. 1v2, O&M live. Strap yourself in for a big afternoon. Perfect conditions here, around about 19 degrees here, and we're all set to go, and it'll be Scotty Montgomery to kick things off.
And we see Lockie McCartney's doing the long sprint around the square. I think he's going to go straight to Lee Masters, I reckon. He's been tagging a lot this year, or Harry Wheeler, one of the two that are rolling off half-back. So he's been doing a negating role. He's going to get the first quarter underway for A-grade oils and batteries. Ball's aloft. We see Christy and Howe. What a battle that's going to be. Howe wins the tap. Goes to Catapan, quick handball, Philo, taking without it, the umpire says play on. Catapan gets back on it, gets the boot, give him the clearance, goes high up and under. Gaston comes charging out, Lee Masters brings it to ground for the Pigeons. Knocks out now, Dylan Stone, first touch in round 12 last year in senior footy. Ball is fumbling around, handball by Catapan again. Falls away at Fothergill for the Pigeons in the middle of the ground. He's caught holding the footy. The umpire's going to ping him. What a tackle that was. And away go the Rovers.
They are, and they'll take the ball deep inside forward 50. Mark Lou takes up front position.
Mark.
He got a push.
He did.
Push. He was in a good position to mark. He lost position in a hurry. There was a reason for that, and he got a nasty shove.
But he's going to be paid the mark behind to Alex McCarthy, who has been for the Rovers one of those guys who just bobs up every week with 2 or 3 goals. He's been absolutely fantastic for him, and probably another avenue to goal that they need to find every single time.
He's got a fair run up. He'll kick from 25 out directly in front to get scoring underway here at the JC Low Oval. McCarthy comes in. He's pushed it to the right-hand side, Monty. You've put the buzzer on him. You've done a Robbies.
Oh, no.
They've got the lead, though. McCarthy misses from close range.
That's a shocker from McCarthy. Normally very reliable. As the Pigeons now kick in through Pendergast, and he finds a teammate in Urquhart in the back pocket as Robbie tries to duck under the tree to try and see what's going on with the play. Urquhart now goes down the line, looking for a teammate in Masters. Good fist from behind. Falls away now of Damien Wilson, just on the ground. Dispossessed, going to be a free kick to the Wangaratta Rovers, and they'll go inside. And there's a bit going on here. A little bit going on. They didn't like that treatment there to Dylan Stone. And Brody Philo sticking up for his mate. Dylan Stone, where the recipient, who goes straight away to the coach in Sammy Murray on the wrong side for the left footer. It's not his best kick. It's going to be chopped off by Matty Casey, and the Pigeons will repel another inside 50 from the Rovers.
Casey playing pretty deep there. Keep an eye where he does go, Monty, as he kicks it nicely to Ryan Ironspawn. Half back, far side of the ground. Good crowd in too.
Give us a tip. How many?
Perfect. I think it's going to push 1,500 to 1,600.
I'm saying 15. I'm going with you, Robbie.
You know I like to put a bit of mayo on the crowds. Ironspawn kicks it. Good one. Dan Howe comes in late. He did. He chopped the arms of big Will Christie, and he'll kick it from true centre wing. It's 1-0 Rovers lead.
Will Christie now goes down the line. It's a nice kick. Finds Marklew. Long way from home. Still about 75, 80 away. Elmer Fudd, the captain of the Rovers. He's looking for a teammate. He's just going to go down the line. It's a nice stabbing kick. Finds Gaston. It's a beautiful kick. Gaston takes it on the chest now. Still 55 away from goal. On the half forward Frank for the Rovers. He rolls around, called to play on. Gets it to the top of the square. It's a 3-on-1 for the Pigeons. But McCarthy in the middle! Mawson's concrete mark of the day right there to Alex McCarthy. And he'll go back and line up for his second shot on goal. Hopefully put this one through the middle.
Well, it all started, Mont, with a great kick from Alex Marklew, who pinpointed Shane Gaston tight on an angle.
As McCarthy just goes bang straight through the middle. That's a better kick from Alex McCarthy. First of the day on the board for the Rovers. Steal on goal of the day. Takes them to 1-1-7. The Pigeons yet to score on the game trafficking and contracting scoreboard.
That's a mouthful. What do you got for 40 wing stats? What's it showing, Joel
Robbie
Montgomery?
Catapan started off red hot in that first minute. He had 3 disposals and a clearance in that first minute there. 3 free kicks and 3 inside 50s to none Yarrawonga's way.
So Yarra have not been inside forward 50 yet?
No, not inside
Joel?
50, and all the clearances going to Wangaratta Rovers at the moment.
3.5 minutes gone. Rovers lead it 1-1-7 to nothing. Ball in midfield, tapped away there nicely by Wilson for Yarrawonga. Picked up by Philo, fed the handball back to Catapan, onto Christie. Thumping kick, inside forward 50 it goes. Good mark. Lee Masters, he judged it superbly on the second bite. And he'll kick it from true centre half back. Kick short, doesn't get the coverage. And it's marked again by Lewis. Goes short. There he is,
kick.
Dylan Stone. Has he got the journey, Mont?
Nah, he's looking around straight away. If he's a chance, he's going to have to roll around and probably just gain another 3 or 4 metres, but I reckon he'll look for a pass here inside 50.
Well, McCarthy might be the target again. He's played on Dylan Stone. He's got further out from goal. Here's a chance for McCarthy. Oh, yes!
Oh!
No, he hasn't been paid it. He ended up with it. The handball was quick towards McCarthy. He got cleaned up by Stewie, but no, his own man, which was Dylan Wilson. Poor old Lockie McCarthy. It'll be a ball up.
The easy ringing.
45 out from goal. Rovers lead 7-0. 4 minutes gone.
Umpire Jason Rain throws that one up. Lockie Howe, give him the tap. Falls away now of Masters. Masters around the corner, give him the clearance, but it's not a good kick. Goes to Lockie McCartney for the Rovers. Dispossessed straight away by Dan Howe. Just floats around on the ground. Shag and Nolan gets hands on it. Nice little kick forward. Dylan Wilson, he had Philo there to give a handball to. Probably should have used Philo on the outside. Kick inside 50s, chopped off by Pendergast. And the Pigeons will repel another one.
Yeah, had the chance there.
Big
and
time.
Philo
would have had a shot from there.
From that range. Dangerous. Pendergast kicks, good one. Iron Spawn from behind. Brought the ball to ground. Regathered. Clever handball into Harry Wheeler. We look for Lewis Smith. Gee, that was a solid collision. Stewie Booth did well. Bumped his opponent. Regathered the ball. The kick's not good. And Lockie Howe sits under one there. Now it's touched off the boot. So good spot up there, Mont. There was a bit of accidental collision there.
Yeah, and Stewie Booth coming off holding a shoulder too. So
it was a big hit
happening there. Yeah, absolutely. So he's definitely sucking them in.
Good chance here for Rovers. Ball up, 30 out from goal. Mark Lou came through hard, was tackled. It's not coming out of there. Umpire Rain says we'll ball it up. 35 out from the Rovers goal. They lead 7-0. 6 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
There's Jason Rain. He's going to toss it up. Yeah, 35 out from the Rovers goal. Howe and Gaston go at it. Howe wins the tap and the clearance too. Gets it on the boot. But it goes only to Allison for the Rovers. On the point of the square. Plays on straight away. Looking for that man McCarthy. He's looked dangerous. What a start here for Alex McCarthy. He'll go back. That's his third mark inside 50. And he'll go back and have a shot from 25 out. Very tight angle, but I'm backing him from here. I'm backing him again, Robbie.
There's a bit of Jason Dunstall about this lad.
Big time,
it just
isn't there?
looks a little bit like him.
They call him the Rooster. I reckon he has a fair opinion of himself a little bit. I reckon that's what they're saying, but I reckon he's a very, very underrated player. As Alex McCarthy on the way now, puts it on the boot, sets it across. He's just going to float across the face of goal, through for another minor score. That's his second behind Alex McCarthy. He's also got a major, but that's 1-2-8 the Rovers. Yarrawonga get the score. Game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
40 winks. Inside 50 stats, please, Joel Montgomery.
Inside 50 stats. 8 to Wangaratta Rovers, 0 to Yarrawonga.
Wow. We have gone 7 minutes as Pendergast marks true fullback position. Trouble getting it out with a lot of ease here. And he told to play on, and Pendergast gives up a bit of ground, and he goes to Holgate.
Duck, Robbie, duck.
I'm ducking under, I'm watching the trees. Sooner these leaves go, the better. High ball. Williams got involved. 3 Yarrawonga players fly. And in the end, it's Lockie Howe takes the mark. Monty at half back. Rovers are dominating. They lead 8-0.
They are absolutely dominating. See there, Tom Boyd just got taken out of that marking contest. The Yarrawonga Pigeons have definitely done some work on getting him out of there from his intercept marking point of view. As Fromfelder now kicks down the line. It's a nice kick. Falls off the chest there of Howe. Howe now just rolls around, picks a target inside 50. It's not his best kick. Casey's down there. Great handball to Fothergill. Oh, it's a bit too sharp. Fothergill missed it. Back on it straight away. Tackled immediately And he's been caught too high. I think it might have been against Sam Murray. And it's going to go back and have a shot on goal. Is Nick Fothergill from about 40 out, and he's a massive inclusion over the last few weeks for the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Yeah, and I don't think distance will trouble Nick Fothergill from this area. As Mont said, I ran about 40 metres out, and it was a bit of clean work. It took them a while to get it out of their defensive 50. Once they did, Mont, they looked the Yarrawonga of old.
Well, got in the hands of some of their better ball users in Fromfelder and Howe and inside 50 there when Fothergill was nice and sharp early, but just missed him that handball, didn't it, from Casey. But he'll go back now, got the free kick, and he'll have a shot. He's going to set sail from 40. It's on the boot. He's letting the wind take, and he's just scraped the inside of the post. Minor score to the Pigeons. That's their first score of the day. Takes them to one solitary behind, and the Wangaratta Rovers 1-2-8 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. We've gone 8.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Allison ran his full measure, played on from his goal square. His kick was a long penetrating one. It goes the way of Logan Morey, though, for Yarrawonga. Intercepts, piercing kick inside forward 50. Falls nicely, and the goal has been kicked for Yarrawonga. As easy as you like. Matty Casey worked his way, read it beautifully, and dribbled it through. And all of a sudden, it's only a 1 point difference. 8 Rovers, 7 to Yarrawonga. And a Mawson's concrete player of the day there for Matt Casey. What do we got now in the stats? Looks like a little bit more inside 50 for the Pigeons. Mont.
Yeah, Robbie, they've got 3 there now. Still 8 to the Wangaratta Rovers, so a little bit of ascendancy those last few minutes. Dan Howe with a couple of touches in the last couple of minutes as well, just to get a little bit of leather poisoning himself.
And doing this one for A-grade oils and batteries in first quarter. And that scoreboard is the game, traffic and contracting. Wangaratta.
A 1 point lead. That scoreboard reads to the Wangaratta Rovers is a good win there from Yarrawonga in the middle, and it goes to Murray, but finds sideways towards Shaganol on outside of the boot towards Fowler. Nice little tap on from Brody Fowler. Oh, Kai Williamson just overran it. Matty Holgate now for the Pigeons. He's clean. It's a bit of a yuck kick off the boot again, but it's going to work nicely. Ball now. It's just fumbled around. McCarthy back to Christie. Feeds it sideways to Sam Murray. Murray now backwards towards Catapan. Catapan feeds it to Shag and Nolan. Nolan now, it's a dangerous kick, but it's a good kick. Finds Stone. He's working hard on that far wing. He's Dylan Stone in his first game since round 12 last year. And it's a nice kick out in front of Boyd. Boyd is running. Here he goes, takes one bounce in front of the scoreboard. Goes again with number 2. Could have another one if he wanted to. Needs to now. He gives a handball sideways. Finds its way to O'Brien. O'Brien backpedaling. Gives it now to a teammate. That's a yuck kick again. Not the best from the Rovers. Towards Philo. Spoiled by Howe and Fothergill, but it falls to Allison. Allison gives a handball sideways again. O'Brien dodging and weaving. Masters. That's a nice kick inside 50. What a kick! Lockie O'Brien finds a teammate in Shane Gaston in the far pocket.
And Mont, give credit there to Brody Philo. He was 2 against 1, both taller opponents, and he was able to spoil it, brought it to ground. I think it was Allison gathered, and it set it up from there. Well done, Brody Philo.
Absolutely. Howe and Fothergill collide a little bit. Philo brought it to ground. It's exactly what they needed, because it wasn't the best kick from Finn Osborne coming inside. Very, very dangerous. But this man, Shane Gaston, needs to go back and put this one through.
Socks up.
The big Frenchman. I like it. I like it. Showing him off. Gaston now makes his approach. He's going to take one of his best kicks, kicking in the teeth of the breeze. It's curling. He's going to go across the face again, and Masters is going to take a mark right on the goal line, and he plays on straight away. Oh!
A bit of a shocker.
Wasn't a great kick off the instep, and it's luckily bounced just inside the boundary line. He's looking for Dan Howe, and nothing Dan Howe could have done about that. But we'll have a boundary throw in 30 away. Robbie, you take it away here, because that was your cue, and Leroy wrecked it for us.
It was a good old-fashioned shank off the inside of the boot by Lee Masters. Even the geez, that's a good throw-in from the young lady. Mapped up there nicely by Wilson for Wang Rovers, and on the second bite, Cole Tyson takes the mark, chips across the goal, gives it to his partner in crime, Ned Pendergast. Gets around Mark Luke, goes short, finds Whooper Irvine, quickly plays on. Ryan Einspawn, he makes that wing his own some days. He's made a good start. Marks between half-back and centre wing. Decides to play on. Eyes up, looks for Fothergill from behind. Ledger did well, and the ball will trickle out. Kicked off the ground. I think it's already gone out of bounds. Far side of the ground. We've gone 12.5 minutes the first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries. And it's the Rovers 8, lead Yarrawonga 7. A goal to McCarthy for the Rovers and 1 to Matt Casey. For the Yarrawonga Pigeons, here's Scott Montgomery.
As umpire tosses it in on the half-forward flank for the Pigeons. Christie wins it, gets it now, gives a handball backwards. Stone, sideways. Nice little chain of handballs here from the Rovers. They're trying to link up and get their run going. Stone's involved again. Now it goes to Catapan. Catapan feeds backwards to the coach in Murray, who just goes fend off, but then turns it over to Harry Wheeler. Ball now on the ground, goes sideways. Ball goes inside 50 for the Pigeons, and it's a poor kick. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. A lot of handballing there from the Rovers. I'm not liking it. I like them to get their feet used, get some run going, because at the moment they're standing still when they're receiving the handball, Robbie.
Yeah, they're definitely inside forward 50s, please, Joel, for 40 winks.
9 to Wangaratta Rovers, 5 to Yarrawonga.
It was 8-0 for a start, wasn't it?
So they've evened up a little bit.
Pigeons starting to get their hands on the footy a bit more, and the ball falls fortuitously to Ryan Einspawn over the back in front of the electronic scoreboard. Well. He's been good. He loves that wing on the tennis court side. Kicks the ball down the line, flying high, bring the ball to ground. They've got numbers at the base here, the Rovers. They do well. Ball in the middle. Irvine intercepts. Hurry kick. Inside forward 50. Nolan from behind. Tapped it superbly towards McQuaid. Over now. Here's O'Brien. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball just yet. Just starting to work his way into it now. And at halfback, the Rovers will load up through Catapan.
And Sammy Catapan. He's had a ripping start to the year, Sammy Catapan. And here's another man who's had a ripping start in Sammy Murray. Murray now just wants to go short and methodical. He does to Dylan Stone, who gets called to play on straight away. Took a mark. Goes backwards now to Sam Murray. He's been told to play on. Not far enough. Just waxing a little bit for stats here. Murray now goes with the outside of the boot. And it's not a great kick. And he hits the chest of Ryan Einspawn. The man we just said has been good. Gets another touch. Pendergast now. Our mate empty head. Just goes back. Just going to assess the situation here. It's going to go short. It's a nice one. Finds Holgate. Holgate now on the half-back flank for the Pigeons. Goes long and down the line. It's a nice kick, but Casey doesn't take it with the one hand. Trying to get it was Dan Howe, but here come the Rovers through Murray again. He's there to help. Now finds a handball to Stone. Stone's got no help over that side. There's a bit going on off the ball. As now they play on through McCartney. The Rovers pump it inside 50 again. Out the back was Marklew. He's going to get a free kick. Pushing the back against Pendergast. Marklew, he's a chance from here, I feel, if he gets rolling quickly. He wants to straight away from 55. Goes to the top of the square. We've got Christie. Takes the grab. He's going to get a free kick. Whichever one you want to pay. It's against Tyson. Holding the man, the umpire said. He'll go back and have a shot from 15 out. And Will Christie, normally a very nice kick.
He was just about to take the mark, Mont, and he got pulled off it.
Yeah.
And hence the free kick. A lot of people might have thought, don't pay that mark. Well, they didn't pay the mark. It was a free kick for holding him away. Good decision.
Great ball movement from the Rovers there, wasn't it? Once Marklew got it, went quick, knew he had the mismatch.
Good build-up from half-back.
Yeah. And here we go. Will Christie.
Mark it down, Mont.
From 20 out. Oh, no, Robbie. Oh, no. He stutter steps because he heard you say that, I reckon, but he puts it straight through, and he's just limping a little bit too, coming straight to the bench, Will Christie. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But Christie puts his first one on the board. The Rovers' second one on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. That reads 2-2. 14, the Wangaratta Rovers to 1-1-7 Yarrawonga. And we've gone 16 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, boys, you could see there with Yarrawonga, they had that ascendancy for 5 minutes there with 5 inside 50s to 1. But they were just not clean. There was a couple out on the full. And yeah, Wangaratta Rovers on that rebound there. Got a couple of free kicks and a couple of good, strong-bodied efforts by Christie and Marklew.
All right, back in the middle. Rovers get their second. And they take the lead out to 7 points. It's for A-grade oils and batteries. Nice work off half-back by Finn Osborne. Now they work the ball back in again to Catapan on the Philo. Philo's left foot kick inside forward 50's a beauty. Finds Sammy Murray.
Is he the best kick we've seen in the O&M for a long time?
As good as I don't think there's been. I'd like to see a better one.
Yeah. Especially both sides of the body too, isn't it?
Beautiful. He's the Ackermanis of the Ovens and Murray with his feet.
I agree. Oh, this is what we spoke about in the pre-game. Sammy Murray's going to have to play a lot forward, I feel, just to be able to kick the score. And he looks so dangerous. He's quick on a lead and takes a good grab.
He's got to kick it from 50 metres. Kicking to the Wangaratta end, Sam Murray. Kicks it on the way. Got the journey, but he's pushed it to the left-hand side. It was never going to come back, that one. So the Rovers 2-3-15. They lead Yarrawonga 1-1-7. And that's on the game traffic and contracting a scoreboard. Wangaratta, Corora and Albury can get the boys.
As Pendergast now plays on and goes bang down the line. It's not a bad kick, looking for Howe, and Big Lock takes the mark. Plays on straight away. He's going back through the middle to find Fothergill. They've linked up in here, and here they go through Harry Wheeler. Wheeler, it's not his best kick. Doesn't fade the front felder at all, and Kai Williamson's the first one there. It's going to be locked up through Allison now. Gets a feed backwards towards Gaston. Not the best little one from Gatto. Should have probably been better. Dropped it. Now the ball's in dispute. Goes back and get it. This Gaston, but it falls away from Morey. Tackled straight away by Williamson. And we're going to have a ball up. They linked up really well there, the Pigeons, and now they've got the ball up inside 50.
Yeah, I haven't been inside 50 as much. They need to score here, stay in contention. Nice work through the middle. Snap away towards half back. There's a real race on here for the ball. Pigeons lead it through Tanner Nyholm. Oh, he's pushing the back, surely. No, play on's the call. Handball over the top was good to Lockie O'Brien. Under the pump from Dan Howe. Couple of AFL contenders there. Driven into half forward. Murray flew. He was under pressure from Pendergast. And he's going to get a free kick, Sam Murray. So too far out to score. You can get the ball in quickly inside forward 50, Mont, but Pigeons are getting their numbers back.
They are. That's one thing they do here at home really well, is get numbers behind the footy. Sammy Murray now just trying to chip it into a hole. It's a nice kick. What a kick. Finds Catapan on the lead. Split the middle of two Yarrawonga defenders. Catapan a little bit too far out. Now this goes to another hole looking for Mark Luke. Well done, Urquhart. Got to be paid the free kick for a chop, and he has. Geordie Urquhart, that was brave. Got back in the hole hard and was able to get the free kick. He's going to go sideways now. Find Holgate. Holgate just holds onto it. Now he's going to go short. It's a dangerous one towards Lovell, but it's a good kick. Lovell was under the pump from Williamson, but very nice and clean there from Tyler Lovell. Lovell now is going to go towards centre wing. It's a long one towards the ruckman in Howe. Gaston over the back has a spoil. Will McCarthy gets a handball backwards towards Nolan. Nolan now taps it back to McCarthy. Tackled. You're gone, Will. It's a bit quicker out here than at the Bushies level. And Dan Howe plays on straight away. Finds Willie Wheeler. Willie Wheeler goes inside 50. Oh. What a kick that is. Finds big Lee Williams. 45 out, slight angle, but what a kick from Willie Wheeler.
I reckon Willie might have heard us talking about how good Brody Philo is executing the pass inside forward 50. That was a dead set bullet from 35 metres. All class. Big kick for Lee Williams coming up here.
Big Leroy. Third in the string, 26 goals at the moment. Kicking for 27 on the year. Looks good off the boot. The wind starts to take it and takes it. It does. Through for a minor score from Big Leroy. 1-2-8 Yarrawonga. 2-3-15 the Rovers. 7-point lead on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
We'll get around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda shortly with Joel Montgomery. As he's just tidying up his stats sheet there. It'll be Allison who'll bring the ball back in for the Wangaratta Rovers. They lead it by 7 points. Kick's not a good one. It's put them under a lot of pressure here. Pigeons got a few players around the ball. Frontfelder was tackled immediately. And, gee, the Rovers tackling is excellent. What do you got for us, Mont?
Needed to be.
Robbie Wangaratta off to a flying start over Wodonga Raiders, 43-1. Lavington lead by 10 points over Cora Rutherglen. Albury trail Myrtleford 20-13.
I'll come back to you, Mont. Fothergill, beautiful kick inside forward 50. And he's found Tanner Nyholm. Great smother, Mont. That's picked up quickly by Harry Wheeler off the left foot.
Justin Lewis
kicked it out of bounds of full. We'll finish off those scores. Scott, Joel, then we'll go to Scott.
Luckily, you let me. We waited there because North Albury have just kicked another goal, 13-1, leading Wodonga.
It's a good start from the Hoppers. Our man Pan will be very, very excited, I reckon. Won't be able to control himself as Boyd now. Kicks a nice long kick down the line. Big Gasto, the Frenchman, kicks it off the ground. Not the best. Finds Lee Masters. He's on true centre wing here for the Pigeons.
He thought he was Zinedine Zidane there for a while.
He did for a little bit. Thought he was a real Frenchman playing the round ball game. Anyway, Masters now finds Lovell. Lovell's just looking for an option. Rolls around straight away and goes inside 50 now. Goes towards Williams. Gets out the back. Cogill couldn't take it. Fothergill's there now. Fothergill around the body. Touched on the line. Well done, Jack Gerish.
Yep.
What a support play that is from the wing. Another minor score for the Pigeons. Takes them to 1-3-9. And the Wangaratta Rovers 2-3-15 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Yeah, I love those wingers who get back, Mont. Yep. Push into that. Blake Akers does it very well for the Blues at the highest level. But well done to Jackie Gerish. Now, Allison's kick to Murray. He loves to take that grab. He just got the knee in nicely to Morey. Kick's good too. Finds Dylan Wilson. Slides a handball now to Brody. Chipping over the top's okay. Finds Alex McCarthy. True centre wing. 22 and a half minutes gone. And McCarthy goes backwards to Sam Murray. He'll go right across the ground. Finds a bit of penetration there, and Tommy Boyd's got it. He'll take it. He runs with it. Handball over the top's a good one. They'll swing it around now. The Rovers, they'll chip it short again, and they're doing it nicely. Good transportation of the footy, Mont. They lead 15-9, 23 minutes gone.
Nice kick there from O'Brien. Finds McCartney in the middle of the ground. Now he's finds Sam Murray, who's rolled up with the footy as he got the touch inside 50 before. Goes sideways to Catapan. Catapan, could have gone to Philo, but decided to hold on to it. Now he's going to roll around on that left. Goes inside 50. Not a great kick. It's outnumbered, but Jack Gerrish reads it well. Throws it on the boot. Does not spin. Hit the wrong side of the ball. And Lee Master going back and taking another mark on the last line of defence for the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
I wouldn't mind a schooner of the finest every time Lee Master's done that. That's a better looking kick too. And Logan Morey marks it in front of Catapan. Half back for the Pigeons. If you've just joined us, Wang Rovers lead 2-3-15. Yarrawonga 1-3-9. 23 and a half minutes gone. I reckon that's out of bounds on the full.
I think you're right there, Robbie.
It is. It never came back. And it'll be Allison for the Rovers. Oh, that was a short siren.
Very short siren.
It wasn't a very convincing siren. In fact, Jason Rain is saying, hey, boys, are you fair income or not?
And I think that.
And he's put his hand in the air, just holding it, just going to hold play here. And Jason Rain has sent one of his boundary umpire, one of his fellow umpires over to confirm, was that the siren? Because it did sound more like
very
an
short,
accident.
and we're only on 24 minutes, so we have had the 3 goals kicked. There's a lot of crowd getting on the ground. If I was the man with the timekeeper button, I'd be pushing it again if it's to go.
It's still it is quarter time. Yeah. Well, there we go. So, well, it doesn't matter if it's anyone's kick or not, mate. It's on centre wing.
Probably 95 metres away from goal. It's going to be very difficult to score after the siren, I would have thought, Robbie.
You'd call that a tentative end to the first quarter.
Tentative.
It was a good game of footy. I thought Rovers dominated. We'll get the stats off Joel Montgomery when we come back for 40 winks. But for now, that was the first quarter done on O&M Live. Wangaratta Rovers lead 15-9. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear.
Thanks, Laura.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Good quarter of footy. The Wangaratta Rovers lead at 15-9. And to get all the ins and outs of that first quarter for 40 Winks, Joel Montgomery, you've got your stats in front of you. And then also I'll get what you thought might have been the quarter's best.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. So throughout that quarter, at the very start, Wangaratta Rovers started off red hot. They got levelled up a little bit by Yarrawonga there. The clearances ended up being 7-4 Wangaratta Rovers' way. 5 free kicks to 3. 14 inside 50s to 9, so we did say there was 8-1 Rovers' way. They have levelled that back up after that first 5 minutes where it was red hot. And marks inside 50s was 6-2 again Rovers' way.
Who have been some of the leading possession winners on the ground you got there, mate?
Yeah, so on the 40 Wing stats, see Sam Catapan, or the two Sams, Sammy Murray and Catapan, have absolutely burnt up my pen here. They have Sammy with Murray, that is, with 11, and Catapan with 9. Allison with 5. There were a couple of Scott's favourites from the kick-ins as well. Lee Masters leads the way for Yarrawonga with 5, and there would have been a few intercept marks there as well. And Dan Howe has done 4 himself, and his brother Lockie has got a few clearances out of that ruck there. So they've both been pretty good for the Yarrawonga.
All right, Monty, what about you? Around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda?
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick netball
update
too. So we thought the grand final preview was Wangaratta versus the Raiders, and it's been an absolute rip snort, a 2-goal win to the Wodonga Raiders.
Wow.
So our little mate Brooke Price won't be too happy today.
I reckon she might be overseas.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, I was
Still
with her
around?
husband this morning in the gym.
Okay.
But
first loss.
Yes, it is. So Yarrawonga had a good win here, 57-39 against the Rovers. North Albury too strong for Wodonga, 64-49. 1 goal a win to Myrtleford Alpine Saints against Albury, and a 31-goal win to the Cora Rutherland Girls against Lavington.
All right. Hey, Mont, we have got a little bit of time while the crowd's moving off the ground. Just go around the ground too. For those other scores for Wangaratta Mazda in the L&M.
As we spoke about, it's going to be a long day for the Wodonga Raiders in the pre-game. Wangaratta, I tell you what, were fantastic. 55-1 at quarter time, Robbie. So unbelievable. Cora, 1 point lead over Lavington at quarter time. 9 point lead to Myrtleford Alpine Saints at quarter time over the Tigers. And, of course, 5 point lead to North Albury. So our man Panda will be up and about on the other game. 2 lower scoring games, obviously this one here and the North Albury Wodonga game, the 2 broadcast games.
Yeah, so outside of the, we're about to start here, Mont. We'll get things underway here. Jason Rain has the ball in the hand, and Scotty Montgomery is set to go with the second quarter action for Jayco Albury Wodonga.
Sam Murray gets the clearance off the ground, goes inside 50 straight away. O'Brien looks like he's doing a bit of a job on Masters today, but Masters a little bit too clean there. Looks short to Harry Wheeler, falls short of him, gives a handball backwards, it's smothered. Lockie O'Brien gets it, gives a handball sideways to Justy Lewis, who fumbles. Catapan's worked hard to get there, Philo Gets it around the body now. Goes straight up and under. Ball gets spoiled straight away. Falls the way of Jack Gerishbud, who's working hard on that far wing. Dispossessed. Irvine, give him a touch. Goes to Urquhart. Urquhart finds a relieving kick, and Morey's going to run away for the Pigeons.
He does. Morey has it. He had Perry Lewis-Smith alongside him. Ignored him. Kicks long. Penetrating. Fothergill trying to run onto it. Does now. Being hunted down. Caught. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. Allison has a chance here for the Rovers if the ball stays in. It won't. And just mentioning Perry Lewis-Smith, they've been pretty quiet
it's the first time you've mentioned him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Our man Bobby Jackson, he loves him, but I reckon he's been quiet today. He's been a little bit off. Maybe the man love might fade away if he doesn't get his hands on it.
They haven't had big numbers amongst their midfielders yet, the Pigeons. There's no doubt about that. We'll just check that when we get a chance with Joel Montgomery for the 40-wing stats. There's Harry Wheeler, hand on ball to Einspawn, been one of their best. Kicks it, 30 out, Williams flies, can't mark it, to ground. Fronfelder ran onto it, tackled straight away by Ledger and co, and it'll be balled up. Umpire Jason Rain was going to throw it up. Mont 30 out from the Yarrawonga Gold. They trail 9-15.
There's Jason Rain now. He's trying to find out who the two ruckmen are. Of course, it's Gaston and Howe, the two big blokes, Jason. Ball taps away to Sam Murray. Give him another one on the 40 wings, please, Joel. Goes nice and long and high. Ball over the back. Masters brings it to ground. Falls away of Urquhart. Handball sideways to Einspawn. Einspawn now finds Tyson. Nice handball over the top to Whooper Irvine, but it puts him under the pump. Just missed him. Justy Lewis. Jeez, he battles hard. Does Justy. Wins the footy back. Goes through Stone to McCartney. McCarthy now sideways to Gerish. Gerish inside 50 finds Stu Booth. Stewie Booth plays on straight away. No one on the mark. Has a flying shot at goal. No, he looks for O'Brien on the other side. O'Brien takes a grab, 15 out. That's a Mawson's concrete player of the day. Stewie Booth back out there under duress, but he's done well to find his teammate in Lockie O'Brien.
Again, let's go back. Look at how it was set up. Alex McCarthy gathered the ball, and his handball under pressure. His vision was superb. A 15-metre handball. It set it all up from there.
Even the pressure from Justin Lewis was fantastic too, Robbie. There's O'Brien now. He's on the way. Hits that left boot and goes straight through the middle. Gets his first of the day. The Rovers third. Takes him to 3-3-21. The Pigeons 1-3-9 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
So, Joel Montgomery, just for 40-wing stats, we're talking about the lack of possessions for that Yarrawonga midfield. Just go through some of those players, the Wheeler boys, for example, and co.
So Harry Wheeler's had 6 so far, 2 this quarter. Willie Wheeler's only had the 1 possession, so he has been very quiet. Dan Howe with 4, and Fothergill, who's doing the mixed role, has had 3.
So that's definitely showing why Wang Rovers are dominating at the moment. They lead it by 12 points. 3 minutes gone on the second quarter. Perry Lewis-Smith, we just spoke about him, gets a kick to half forward. Ledger was good for Wang Rovers. Kept the ball in front of him. Nice work by Dylan Stone. Clever handball to McCartney for Wang Rovers. Will the ball go over the head of Howe? It does. Kick off the ground there was clever by Justin Lewis. It's a real 50-50 contest here. Might have been a high tackle in there. It's not. Umpire's going to ball it up. True centre of the ground. 21-9. Wang Rovers lead. Yarrawonga, good game of footy, good crowd in, somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 people, I reckon, Scotty Montgomery.
It's getting bigger.
Beautiful day.
As you look at how wins that. Lewis Smith gets a little toe poke, but it falls away of Stone. Now he handballed it to Sammy, who had to tap it in front of himself. Sammy Murray, that is. Nice little kick over the top of O'Brien, but it falls away of Booth. Booth, nice handball to Lockie O'Brien. Lockie O'Brien now, just weaving a bit of magic. Gets onto that left boot and kicks it inside 50. It's not his best kick. It's hit the point post on the full. It's going to be out of bounds on the full, so it'll be a free kick in the back pocket to the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Good spot up, Mon. Out of bounds, a very low one. It's a bit like that Dale Steyn delivery that he was doing over in America. From behind, Casey knocked it to ground. Hurried kick towards half forward. Lee Williams tried to tap it towards Basil Fraunfelder. He did, but he was working very close to the boundary line near the interchange bench there, and that is where it's going to be. It's going to be hurled back in. True centre wing. Almost 5 minutes gone. Second quarter action here for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Wangaratta Rovers lead 21-9. Good call now by play on both ruckmen. I reckon they tripped over each other almost. Damien Wilson head over the footy, tackled and wrapped up. And one thing, first time I've seen Wang Rovers this year, Mont, their tackling and pressure around the ball is fantastic.
It's absolutely something they've worked on this year, I reckon. Look how it takes out of the ruck and gets slapped across the neck. Free kick against the Frenchman.
Yeah, really, it's the first thing that's really come to mind with the difference in their style of play, Mont. The pressure's fantastic.
It's great now. They've got those little guys like Lewis and Finn Osborne, and that's their job. Not the best kick from Lockie Howe. It's going to turn over. Garish. Now there's that man, Finn Osborne. Great handball sideways to Ellison. Goes sideways again to McCarthy. McCarthy going inside 50. It's a nice kick. Oh, Mark Lou drops what he should have taken. Would have drowned him if it was a watermelon. It's a great follow-up there. Giving away the free kick on that tackle. That's what you want to see from the big fella when he makes a mistake. Get back and lay the tackle. Next time, just make it illegal. And it's a free kick to big empty head. Ned Pendergast, and he goes sideways to Whooper Irvine.
Yeah, it could have been a shot on goal there for Alex Marklew. The ball had cannoned off the chest. That's a nice pass. Oh, speaking of it, Mark's drop.
That's
Nyholm dropped it and then gave away a free kick. Almost the same thing that happened there. Here's Philo. He's a chance. Left foot kick. Look at that bullet. Absolutely blew it inside forward 50. And it will be going back, having a shot on goal. Justin Lewis, he's just going to suck a few breaths in, Mont.
Yeah, he's gone short straight away too, Robbie.
Oh, he has too, and he's picked out Lockie O'Brien, who's really come into play this quarter. How many stats for Lockie O'Brien? Sorry, mate, I'll get back to you. He goes short, and he finds... Is it Big Will Christie up there?
No,
it's not. It's Mark Lou. Sorry, Lockie O'Brien's stats for 40
Lockie
wings.
O'Brien, 4 touches already this quarter.
Yep.
One thing, he's playing on Lee Masters. He's played across half forward. That's why he probably doesn't have big numbers so far. He's playing across half forward on Lee Masters.
Mark Lou runs around, screws it over his left shoulder. He doesn't bring it back enough, and it scrapes in for a minor score. So they've had a few chances this quarter, the Rovers. Their lead extends to 13 points, 3-4-22. Yarrawonga 1-3-9. 7 minutes gone. Second quarter action for Joko Albury-Wodonga. Here's Scotty Montgomery.
That's a beautiful kick there from Big Ned. Finds Lee Masters. Masters got options down the line. In that case, he has a big out number here. And it's a nice kick from Masters. Goes to Basil. Basil from Felder. Juggles the mark, but takes it in the end.
Just a bit off their game today, the Pigeons.
A little bit. I think that cross breeze might be playing in their heads a little bit. Yep. Basil now rolls around on that left. Goes towards Williams. Jace McQuaid gets over the top. Ironspawn, really clean. Lewis Smith flicks it up. McCarthy gives it now to Ellison. Ellison is frozen in front of himself to Justy Lewis. He just gives a handball, but Tyson chops it off for the Pigeons. That tackle pressure's there. Will McCarthy and Xavier Ellison brings him to ground. And we're going to have a ball up right in front of our commentary box here. And Brodie Philo and Big Cole Tyson had a few words there by the looks of it, Robert.
Big Cole Tyson looked at him like Mike Tyson.
He would have eaten him, I reckon.
He was going to have a piece of Brodie. Willie Wheeler, hurry kick inside forward 50. Might turn out okay. Hurried handball. Lewis Smith under pressure from Cogill. And Cogill's been wrapped up. There'll be a ball up. 45 out from the Yarrawonga Gold. Rovers lead 22-9. 8 minutes gone. Second quarter action for Joko Albury-Wodonga. Howe got the tap. Philo, clever. Kick off the ground. Oh, falls nicely the way of Alex McCarthy. Kick's going to be a good one. It's a beauty. Finds Dylan Wilson. Kicks it deep, long. Keep an eye on Mark Lou. Mark Lou marks this time.
Oh, he dropped it.
No, he hasn't been paid. Kick off the ground by Lockie O'Brien. Hit the
below the knees. Below the knees, they've paid, Robbie.
Explain that one, please, Monty. It's going to go the way of O'Brien.
So O'Brien was trying to kick the ball off the ground and kick the goal, and Lee Masters come across to lay a smother, but he's made contact below the knees, which we know they're trying to get out of the game. So he'll go back and have a free kick 10 metres out, slightest of angle, which shouldn't be a worry for a guy like Lockie O'Brien. You're marking it down already, are you, Robbie?
Well, he's kicked the only other goal this quarter. Here's a beautiful-looking left foot kick.
I love the move of him to half forward today.
He's got so much skill about him. O'Brien comes in like picking cherries from the tree.
Oh,
no.
Robert, you've done it again.
I've stitched him
You've done it again.
I cannot build him up anymore.
I'll throw my pen for Lockie.
Lockie misses from 15 metres. It's not my bloody fault, Monty. He missed what he should have
No,
kicked.
I'm blaming you, Robbie. Anyway, here go the Pigeons.
3-5-23. Yarrawonga 1-3-9. Oh, dear.
There's Perry Lewis Smith now. Kicks it down the line, looking for Lock Howe.
I'm done.
Hits him on true centre wing for the Pigeons.
I'm giving up.
A lot of forwards have just had a big sigh of relief if you're giving up. As Maury now through the middle of the ground, plays on, gets on that left boot, goes inside 50, but it's not his best kick. Ironspawn decides, lays a good tackle on Will McCarthy, and he's been given the free kick away. Will McCarthy, he's working hard too. The Bushranger back this week for the Rovers.
I'm scarred, Mont.
You should be. You've killed a lot of forwards' careers with the way you tip. McCarthy now, indecisive. It's not a great kick. He's turned it over. Lee Williams going to be first on it. Handball sideways to Frontfeld. He's a left-footer, boys. Stone does well there. There's Frontfeld to get a boot to it. Ball goes to Forge, sideways to Perry Lewis Smith, who's a nice little relieving kick to Lovell. On the half-forward flank now, Lovell. What's he going to do? A lot of Rovers defenders back. Lovell now, he's going to go short to the pocket towards Cogill. Kogel falls all. He's kicked in danger. No, umpire says play on. Boyd gets it. Gives it to Catapan. Sideways to Murray. Murray with a nice kick towards Boot.
Ooh.
He can't lift that shoulder up looking at that. Goes to Urquhart. Now to Lovell. Lovell to Lewis Smith. Takes him on. Taut holding the footy.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Great
Finn
tackle.
Osborne, what a tackle that is.
Great
He'll get a
tackle.
free kick on the halfback flank for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Yeah, no doubt about Stewie Booth really holding that shoulder, but it does make you think if Stewie Booth's on the ground, they've got some real injury concerns on that bench, the Rovers. They lead it 23-9. They go to half forward again. Lockie O'Brien again. Kick off the ground. Where will it go? It's gone right across the other side of the ground. Williamson runs onto it. Great tackle by Morey, and a very good decision by the umpire to ball that one up. The footy's good. It's lifted, Monty.
Absolutely has. Will Christie has not been back on the ground in this second quarter, Robbie, so we'll have to keep an eye on that 12 minutes in to this second quarter.
Yeah, very dicky-looking knee there at quarter time. We think it was a knee. Followed, kick off the ground. It was a swing and a miss. Chance for Murray. Handball was fantastic. On to Finn Osborne. Runs in and misses to the left-hand side. They've missed a couple of chances here. 3-6-24, Wang Rovers. Yarrawonga 1-3-9 for 40 winks. Inside 50s, please. Joel Montgomery.
Robbie, 7 to the Wangaratta Rovers, 3 to Yarrawonga.
Thank you, Joel, for elite building construction. As the Pigeons now bring it out, but O'Brien chops it off. Osborne, quick hands. No, it was Marklew, sorry. Gets it back to O'Brien, who sets sail for home. Across the face, another minor score. That is their fourth behind for the quarter. They've had all the dominance, but haven't been able to put on the scoreboard. And that scoreboard reads 3-7-25, the Rovers, 1-3-9. The Yarrawonga Pigeons on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard, and we've gone 12 minutes on the McDonald's time clock.
Yarrawonga bring the ball back in. I reckon they've kicked it out of bounds on the full. They have. So they're just... I made the comment to you 5 minutes ago, Monty.
Paid push in the back here.
Have they?
Yep.
So
Jump.
Masters
Jason Raines
got
pushed it. Yep.
But they are definitely just... I reckon they're not 5%, about 10% off the game at the moment, Yarrawonga.
Both teams are a little bit off, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think
Yarra's probably a bit further off.
Exactly, and yeah, Yarra just haven't been clean. They only kicked the one goal. We're almost halfway through the second term. Rovers lead 25-9. Masters kick, clubroom side of the ground. Big numbers go up. Casey lands with it, and a pack goes down with him, and it'll be another ball up. Jason Rain says, give it to me. And a bit of action on the interchange bench there. Centre wing. 13 minutes gone, Monty, second quarter. Rovers lead.
Big Gatto with Christie off. Going to have a big job now. Ball through Lewis Smith to Howe. Tackled by Philo. And that's one thing in Brodie's game this year we've seen lift. He's pressure around the footy. Been given the free kick for holding the ball. Little Master Philo goes sideways to Murray. Takes Howe on and goes, see you later. Kicks it inside 50 now with that left booming foot. Gets out the back, Marklew. O'Brien, they're the first there. Ball fumbling around. Good tackle, Masters on McCarthy. And we're going to have a ball up in the forward pocket with the Wangaratta Rovers. Geez, they transition the footy so quickly. Robbie, you take it away for Wangaratta Motor Group.
Yeah, O'Brien and McCarthy looking very dangerous up forward. Pigeons, last line of defence, defend. They use the boundary line as their best friend. It'll be a ball up, 10 metres around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. They lead 3-7-25. Yarrawonga 1-3-9. Have not scored this quarter. Yarrawonga, we've gone 14 minutes. It's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Rovers gather through traffic, working hard. Handball to O'Brien, tight angle. Is he deemed it a throw? I reckon he might have. The free kick is going to go the way of Yarrawonga. Around the grounds, Monty, for Wangaratta Mazda.
Yeah, just quickly. North Albury, 1 point lead over Wodonga. We have a 9 point lead to the Murderford Alpine Saints over Albury, a 2 point lead to Lavington over Kyra, and a 61 point lead for the Wangaratta Magpies. As now, Dan Howe gets the mark. Still in their defensive 50 here, the Pigeons. As Robbie said before, they're just been a little bit off. Goes short, this Howe finds Wilson. That's Damien. Little brother's overseas enjoying a trip in America at the moment. I'm looking at his Instagram, I'll tell you what, he's enjoying it.
Good on him.
As the kick now from Damien goes inside to Perry Lewis Smith. Bob's man goes inside 50. Fromfelder's got out the back. Fromfelder on the right side for a left footer. Goes the dribbler. Is it good enough? It is! Basil Fromfelder! Steel line goal today to Basil. Gets the first of the quarter for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. That's their second of the day. That takes them to 2-3-15, while the Rovers are 3-7-25 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've gone 15 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Oh, how good was that? That just really opened up the play. That's something they just haven't been able to do. The kick was a beauty. Ahead of it, they knew where Fromfelder likes to run. They put it to his advantage.
Great
Got a
kick from Will
favourable
Smith,
bounce,
wasn't it?
and it was an outstanding kick. And then Fronfeld, of course, that's when you do use the dribble kick. He was clever with it, and he put it through. They trail by 10 points, 15-25, and 15 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter. And Joel Montgomery, those stats for 40 Winks, what are they showing? Inside 50s in particular.
Inside 50s is only 40 Yarrawonga that quarter, so far this quarter, so they're only down by 10. Inside 50s to Wangaratta Rovers 9.
There you go. That's Joel Montgomery for 40 Winks. Handball by Dylan Wilson over to Dylan Stone, who pivots one way, shrugged off the would-be tackler. Kicks okay. Here's Philo. He'll go short, and it looks like Catapan. If he mightn't have marked, he's going to get paid a free kick. Over the top handball. Philo under pressure, in trouble. Had to do a hurry kick. It didn't pan out very well. Dan Howe, quick hands, was superb. Now Perry Lewis-Smith, penetrating kick, finds Williams. They've got space. Fronfeld is lurking to the left. Williams hasn't got much on. In fact, he's got stuff all on. He sees Fothergill. Short kick. Beats over the top. Legend with composure. Lost the ball. Damien Wilson. Can he spot someone wide? He does. Einsborn. Quick hands. Fothergill. He too was under pressure. Gathered here by Nyholm. Runs in. Open goal. Misses to the left-hand side. The pressure was fantastic. There was no clean delivery there. And in the end, Nyholm missed a shot that he might have kicked. 16 Yarrawonga. Wang Rovers 25, 17 minutes gone. Monty, and this is for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga.
Geez, that kick from Williams just had to get out the back because Fothergill had a lot of space. He just had to get out the back and just kick it off the instep. As now Sam Murray goes sideways to Allison. Allison's going to give it straight back to the coach in Sammy Murray. Got to be a bit more aware there. It's not the best kick. I wonder if that footy's flat because there's been a lot of terrible kicking today. Einsborn just ducked under a tackle and he's been caught holding the footy.
Yeah, fair
call. Tackle pressure from the Rovers today has been up. It's been elite. And Jack Garish gets the free kick. He's going to go backwards and sideways. And finds the co-captain in Boyd. Boyd now gets taken down. Seen that paid a lot downfield, but the umpire says no play on. Down in front of Osborne. Osborne can't take it cleanly, but he gets back on it nicely. Feeds it backwards to Catapan. Catapan on that left foot. Goes inside 50. No, just out of 50 still. And Dylan Stone looks good in his return to the Rovers senior side. Called the play on straight away. Goes inside of the top of the square. Willie Wheeler's there. Clean to pick it up too. Gives a nice handball. And here go the Rovers, the Pigeons as they link up through Harry Wheeler. Goes sideways. Not his best kick. Was looking for Casey. But it goes out of bounds and we'll have a throw in just next to the new scoreboard, which reads 25-16, the Rovers way. And of course, that's brought to you by CMV Truck and Bus.
The boundary umpire, they had to wait for the players to congregate because the ball got out there so quickly. Now it goes back in. Might be a whistle here. There will be a free kick. I reckon it'll go the way of Yarrawonga. It does. Cogill has it. True centre wing. They trail by 9 points. Kicks just a bit of an iffy one. Finds Howe.
Alex McCarthy's had to go on the ruck here as the second ruckman with obviously Christie off the ground. So to give Gatto a bit of a rest.
A bit of a Sean Daly type role.
Yes.
Dan Howe kicks the ball inside forward 50. Casey. Ball knocked away by Boyd. Nyholm got a crumb. Found Harry Wheeler. Got spun around about 8 times. The umpire said, I'm going to ball it up.
And how good's the tackle pressure in this game at the moment?
Terrific.
Both teams.
Yeah.
Both teams.
And we've always seen it from Yarrawonga a lot, Mont, but what we're seeing from Rovers is added a new dimension to their game as Dan Howe runs onto a loose ball from the scrimmage. Willie Wheeler chasing after it. Bit of class out there. Willie Wheeler, Philo's there. Dylan Stone. Now Willie Wheeler gets the ball back inside forward 50. Williams. Ball won't sit for him. Tackle. This will be an interesting call. He's got him, has he? Yes, he has. Held in.
He's saying that he could have got rid of it, just dropped it out.
It was a great tackle.
It was. Damien Wilson, the small fella who's come in mid-season. He's just that small forward who just needs the help. As we need Sam Murray now, effects Mike, just saying what he feels is going on out there. But Damien Wilson's going to go back and have a shot on goal. And he's been a bit lively today. Obviously, filling the shoes of his little bro.
Yep.
But he's been quite lively.
A chance to get the margin back to 3 points. Wilson, he's going to kick it from about 40 metres, 10 metres in for the boundary. Kick on the way. It's holding up. It's holding up. It's tapped through right on the line. Cogill, I think it was, who got in there.
Tommy Boyd.
Oh, Tommy Boyd, sorry. Got in there and put a hand on. So they kick another point. 2-5-17 Yarrawonga. Trail Wangaratta Rovers 3-7-25. 8 points, that's the margin. We're doing it for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. And here is a Scott Montgomery on behalf of the Wangaratta Motor Group.
As Allison now plays on. Not a great kick. Finds Dan Howe. Chops it off straight away. Howe, inside 50. That's a beautiful kick.
Yeah.
Finds Fothergill unattended. When a turnover from a kick in happens like that, you can find that a lot, that someone unattended. And I reckon he's pretty confident in this, Nick Fothergill.
Yep.
And Robbie, what are you going to do? Put the moz on him or not?
Oh, he's a beautiful kick normally, Mont. I don't have to.
Jeez, you're sitting on the fence there,
No,
Robbie.
I've
Get
said
the
I'm
splinters
scarred.
out of your backside.
Well, if anyone can, he can.
I'm with you. I think he's a beautiful kick. Just needs to allow for that breeze, which will take this footy from right to left. Just aim at that right goalpost, Nick, as he plays on now. Rolls around for a bit of exhibition. Oh, touch on the mark. Well done. Will McCarthy. Boyd takes it. Called to play on as it was touched, and that's a beautiful kick. Goes to Garish. Garish drops it. It has time. Finds the Frenchman in Gaston and goes to McCarthy. That's Will. Will down the line now. It's a beautiful kick towards O'Brien. O'Brien's first to take it off the ground. How clean was that? Gets it inside 50. It's out the back towards Booth. Booth v Masters, a foot race. Who's going to win it? Sits up. Oh, it helped that bounce. Helped Lee Masters get back there and punch it through for a minor score. But how good was Lockie O'Brien there? And that transition from the Wangaratta Rovers looks dangerous as that minor score takes them to 26. Yarrawonga 17.
Really good movement there by Lockie O'Brien. That is his 8th touch for the quarter after having a very quiet start to the game.
It's 21 and a half minutes in as the mark is taken by Holgate. At half back for the Pigeons. Rovers lead by 9 points. Finds Harry Wheeler at half back in the brilliant sunshine that's covering 80% of the ground here at the JC Low Oval. Kick down the line, looks for Dan Howe, and he marks this time in front of Sam Murray. It's a good battle between those two at times today. Kicks a good one, finds big brother Lockie, who wheels around, sees Casey. That's a good kick. And he hits Matt Casey.
Oh, Nick Fothergill.
He had Fothergill. Now I reckon he's going to go back and have a shot on goal.
Now he has to now. He's got the boot.
Goose.
He's got the boot.
He has. He's got the length. Don't get too close to the mark. He kicks from 55. It holds up. Perry Lewis-Smith lets it go. Brilliantly shepherded. Perry Lewis-Smith, a Mawson's Concrete player of the day. And Yarrawonga pick up a valuable goal in time on in the second quarter. Brilliant work by Perry Lewis-Smith. And Casey, we knew he had the journey.
Always.
He always
Never
had the
in
journey.
doubt.
The
Never
margin's
in doubt.
back now to just 3 points. 3-8 to 3-5. Rovers lead. Joel Montgomery.
Always helpful when you got the journey if your teammate Shepherd's at 5 metres from the line there, Robbie. The inside 50s have started to square up a little bit. It is now 9 to Yarrawonga, 11 to Wangaratta Rovers. So last 10 minutes, Yarrawonga starting to build up, and it's 5 clearances to 7 Rovers' way.
That was Matty Casey's second goal for the day. First time Rovers have Yarrawonga have gone back-to-back goals. Ball tossed up. Lockie Howe, we'll give him that tap. Dan Howe straight onto it, but tackled straight away. It's a good tackle. It's one thing we'll keep saying about the Rovers' pressure today. Their tackling is right up. And we're going to have a repeat stoppage in the middle of the ground.
It was a great read of the play by Perry Lewis-Smith, wasn't it?
He knew what was going on.
Exactly right. He read it early, and he knew he had the height advantage, probably even the strength advantage, Will Nolan, and he
Just held him
decided
out,
early to go for it.
As Garish now goes to Ellison. Ellison around the body. Kicks it out in front of little Lewis. Lewis, well read by him. Clean. Gets it inside 50 towards Marklew. Pushed out of it. And the Pigeons have a lot of numbers. Stu Booth's trying to get there and lay some pressure. But Pendergast is cool. It's a yuck little handball.
He
Goes to Masters, but it makes it look better. And now he'll find Lockie Howe, and the Pigeons will rebound from there.
I don't think Lee Masters was expecting that handball.
No, I don't think he was either.
Anyway, they got out of it, and big Lockie Howe has it at half back. He's thinking about going across the ground, but he spotted Williamson in the corner of his eye. Here's Murray. He'll grab this. Oh, he went high, but he didn't have to worry about grabbing it. Jason McQuaid was there, and he took it. He read it well. He's going to handball it off now to Tommy Boyd, who's been fantastic today. As the siren this time, it's a bit more conviction in that half-time siren. Monty signals the end of a fascinating quarter of football. Rovers dominated early, probably didn't take their chances, maybe could have stretched that margin, maybe out to 3 or 4 goals. They didn't. Pigeons replied with the last 2 through Fraunfelder and Casey, and it means at half-time we've got the Wangaratta Rovers leading 26 to 23.
It's been a great half of footy, hasn't it? It's been absolutely unbelievable. The tackle pressure, I'll tell you what, we'll dissect it all. Both teams have been a little bit off, but I'll tell you what, the intensity has been fantastic. Finals, like some would say, Robbie, here at JC Low Oval. And we'll wrap all that up with our halftime show after this break, because you're listening to O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear.
Thanks, Laura.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science. With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome to the halftime break. Robbie McKinlay, Scott Montgomery and Joel Montgomery. If you've just joined us, halftime score, it's the Wangaratta Rovers 26, leading the Yarrawonga Pigeons 23. Pigeons kicking the last two goals of that quarter. They certainly weren't in a rush. I think one was at the 16-minute mark and then one a couple of minutes before the halftime siren. But we might get a bit of a look at the trend with the 40-wing stat sheet there. Joel Montgomery?
Yeah, Robbie, if you weren't looking at the scoreboard and seeing how even it is on there, you would actually think that the Wangaratta Rovers are comfortably in front. In terms of the actual statistics, they lead the clearances 15-9. They leave the free kick count 9-6. They actually lead the inside 50s as well, 24-17, even though Yarrawonga did start to square the ledger on that in that quarter. And the marks inside 50, there's been 11 marks inside 50 Wangaratta Rovers way to the 4 for Yarrawonga. So
Wangaratta's 11-4
inside 50.
50s.
So they're not just getting it in, they're getting it in quite well. So it's just finishing off the play. Then probably the most interesting stat is Mozzers today. You two have 3 between you. Scotty has...
who'd I do?
You knocked over the same man twice, Alex McCarthy, in the first quarter.
I definitely got McCarthy, yeah.
My one was worth 4, I think.
No, my one from the pocket doesn't count. I didn't say he was going to kick that. No.
I will actually say it's probably 3.5 because you both gave it to Fothergill and then it was touched. So I'll give you a half a point for that one as well.
I guess if you look back at Lockie O'Brien's miss, it was a pretty big one of them, wasn't it? Because literally, was it, I don't know, 10, 12 metres out, hardly any angle.
Slight angle, yeah. He just took it a little bit too easy, didn't he?
And the momentum shifted a little bit in the quarter too, because they would have gone up by about 3 goals at that stage before the run, and then Yarrawonga hit those couple back.
Yeah, it's not a classic game, Mont, by any means, is it?
Definitely
There's a lot of pressure, around the ball. I think, as you mentioned, turnovers, both sides have been very guilty.
Yeah,
of it.
absolutely. Especially
what else
across
have you
that
seen,
half forward, half back range. Like I think Yarrawonga's probably turned it over more through centre of the ground and between half back and centre of the ground, whereas Rovers inside 50s has been pretty average, I feel, the way they're moving the footy. They're getting turned around, and I don't know if their forwards, half forwards, small forwards are getting too far up the ground, but there always seems to be more Pigeons defenders than Rovers forwards inside that 50, which they needed is trying to even those numbers up a little bit more. When you go down the other end, it seems like it's a one-on-one battle, and probably Rovers are just setting up really well to then exit the footy, so that's why they're able to get it inside 50 up the other end a lot better. Their transition footy, I feel, we was talking about off air, Robbie, I think it's the best in the competition, the Rovers, and it's shown today. They've gone end to end quite a few times where Yarrawonga haven't looked like cutting it off, but they've just got to tidy up that inside 50 and find Mark a little bit more on a lead, or don't go for that extra pass if it doesn't need to. There was one they went sideways. I think O'Brien got it from Lewis, and then O'Brien went to Mark in the pocket. Whereas O'Brien had a much easier shot, I felt. And, you go to that extra kick, all of a sudden Mark Lewis under the pump, misses it from around the body. It's
impacted the game in that second quarter.
So very quiet first
What's
quarter.
your future look like? Where do you want to be?
8 in those forward half 50.
And there was
such in that second quarter.
A goal amongst that.
And a couple passes off.
Chances it could have got. But Mont, even though he's looked dangerous and has been reasonably effective up there, you think that?
I think I'd be putting him in the middle. I feel that they're probably just losing a little bit of drive through there. I think that, Philo's spent a lot of time in there, whereas his forward work this year has been fantastic. I just feel that, your best midfielder, him and Sam are probably the best 2 midfielders. Get him in there. Get him going around the footy. And I know he's had 8 that quarter, but get him in the middle. He's having 12 to 15 probably in a quarter with the way he works. And especially on a ground like this, he will go from back pocket to forward pocket in a heartbeat. And I feel that that's something they could maybe use to transition and try and, I don't know whether he's trying to play defensively also on Lee Masters, or Lee Masters is going, well, you're the best player down here, I'm going to go to you. So they're being very close checked to each other. Whether it's, who's doing most of the work is something to be asked. Because we know that defensive forwards do go to Lee Masters quite a bit, so whether they're trying to do that and then use him a bit because he is classy, it's we just probably need to ask Sam that post-game.
I'm keen to get both your thoughts on this. This game, the way it's set up at the moment, I reckon it's a classic case. This game can be won off the ground as much as anything. There's not much in it. We've spoken about a few potential moves. Is there a move out there, you think, Joel, that can happen where this game could turn? It just might be 5 or 10 minutes, from a particular player. Does Sam Murray go deeper for a while? I'm not sure. I'd be really keen to get your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, I think Scott hit the nail on the head with Lockie O'Brien. Yes, he's supposed to be doing a bit of a job on Lee Masters, but Lee Masters leads Yarrawonga's disposals with 10. And he's probably had 6 to 7 intercept marks in that. So
just a normal day for Lee.
Yeah. So he's probably been quite at his standards in a way there. But it's not really affecting Lee Masters' strength, which is the height advantage which he has there. So realistically, are you probably better off, like you're saying, maybe rolling Sammy Murray forward a little bit more, maybe wax those two a little bit more forward. There's Sammy coming off to the bench, going forward, and then because of his leap and athletic ability in the air, it negates Lee Masters just that little bit more.
Sam hasn't been coming off that much this year. I think this might have been a bit of a chat to the coaches' boxes.
I think
could hear him in the next mic. It was more that than
because it's one of those games, Mon. It's a real tactical battle out here.
I agree, and I think he went forward a couple of times, looked dangerous, Sam. So maybe that's something they might need to pull a little bit more. But Lockie O'Brien, just get him in the middle, please. Sammy, if you're listening, get him in the middle.
Yeah, and still charge him up forward.
Yep, I think so. Yep, you don't take your best players off.
Get the feeling this game here, it's going to be set up for. And I don't know whether it's going to happen late in the third or halfway through the last quarter, where if a team can really take advantage of momentum and kick 3 goals in a 5, 6, 7 minute on the trot, I reckon that'll tie the game up.
Absolutely, and I feel that it probably started to turn a little bit for Lee Williams. It looked like he started to just get his hands on it a little bit more. Tom Boyd's obviously trying to come across and help Jason McQuaid out, but I just felt like he looked like he was getting back to Lee Williams, jumped at a couple of footies, didn't quite take him, but I feel they've got to get it in his hands a little bit more. Basil Fromfeld is one that could break this game open, I feel, across half forward. He's looked dangerous at times as well, and we know what sort of a goal sneak he is, but it's going to come down to the Wheeler boys in the middle. Dan Howe, what he can do. Lockie Howe's got a massive job now. He's got to give them first use with Will Christie out of the game. They should have ascendancy through the middle of the ground for the rest of the game, and if they don't, well, Lockie Howe's got to have a look at himself at the end of the game.
Willie Wheeler's probably one for me. He only had the 1 touch in the first quarter. He got it into a little bit more with 4 in the second quarter, but that's only 5 touches for a guy who uses so well, so to his brother. They're probably the two that probably need to get the ball given to them if they're not finding it in the clearances, because they are such good users and they're very smart footballers. So I'd be trying to find the ball for them if they're not getting it themselves right now and getting the ball in the hands.
I reckon Stevie Johnson, the Yarrawonga captain, with all his forward craft and experience, I reckon there'll be a lot of work going in during this break. How can they make that forward line work a little bit more effective? What they can do, because obviously you got Casey and Williams there, but Fothergill and Fraunfelder are the ones for me, as you mentioned, Mont. I think they've got to find a way. How can they use that a little bit more effectively? That's going to be the planning around it.
I personally would have Casey out of the square and Williams up the ground a little bit more. I think that Tom Boyd's are really worried about where Lee Williams is to help Jason McQuaid out. He's the guy that could potentially kick 10 to 12 or, whatever he kicks. He's the main goal kicker, whereas Matt Casey, he gets a good matchup then with Charles Ledger. Ledger's doing a good job so far, but put him under the pump. Put the young kid under the pump.
He's had
put him
a pretty
in the goal
good ride.
Square. He has.
He hasn't. I don't reckon Charles Ledger's been tested today.
No one's taken him to the goal square yet. He goes to half back and he plays on the guys that get up the ground. And you tell you what, he's a good player. I think he's a really good player, Charles Ledger. But someone's got to take him and put the acid on him and see if he can stand up to it, because I feel Matt Casey at times in that first half looked like he was potentially the guy that could break it open. But get him to the goal square. Give him a real chance from full forward is what I'd be doing.
As I said, it's not the greatest game of O&M club football, the round football that we've seen, but I don't think I've seen a more fascinating one. And where it sits, you're sort of waiting for someone to spring out and take
control. Other than the scoreboard, so who's in front?
And I think it shows why this is the year. It's the most even it's been between. We know there's a couple of sides down the bottom at the moment. They're a bit off it. But when you take them from 7 through to 1, the teams are having their moments against the top side. So it's a fascinating battle, and I reckon we're going to learn a lot more about both these sides in this second half. I'm really looking forward to it. I just get the feeling if we've got a similar margin at 3/4 time, and we're coming home in the final term here, you're going to really see a finals like last quarter.
No, absolutely spot on, and that's what we love to see. A game like this is what we want from a top-of-the-table clash. It might not be pretty and it might not be high scoring, but it's high intensity, and we know where both teams are going to be at the end of it.
Hey, Mont, we're going to go around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda, get all the other scores going, and then also I'll get you to go through the netball results, because we had a really big one today.
Massive one today in the netball, but at the moment at half-time we have the Wangaratta Magpies, 10-13. Saints, 38-22, 16-point lead to the Murdford Alpine Saints. And in the other one, a massive game also might change our top 3. North Albury versus Wodonga. 5-7-37 North Albury, 4-2-26 the Bulldogs. So North Albury, 11-point lead. That's a massive one for them. They need to hold on there and give them every chance of finishing top 3.
All right, well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we've got Yarrawonga have come out on the ground. We will check those netball scores. That's the halftime break. It's for Maccas, Wangaratta And this is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
At half forward now, tackled by Einspawn. Well done, Lewis gets it straight towards Mark Lou, chopped off beautifully by Lee Masters. We're going to have a boundary throw in the forward pocket for the Wangaratta Rovers, kicking towards the town end, or what would you call that end? The Benalla end, maybe?
Yeah, Melbourne end.
Melbourne
to
end.
be boring.
Yeah, just something like that. As it gets tossed in beautifully by that young female boundary umpire. Lockie Howe gets it on the boot straight away, goes through the hands of Fothergill. Falls that way of Garish. Garish gets a handball backwards, tackled straight away as McQuaid. He's caught hold on the footy. Free kick to Urquhart, and here go the Pigeons.
They do, and they'll run it off half-back. Kick over the top. It's not a great one. McQuaid did well, got a hand in on it. He got cleaned up in the process, showed a lot of courage, and it will be a boundary throw-in right underneath the electronic scoreboard that is got the sun from the western sun just beaming into it. It shows Yarrawonga 23, Wangaratta Rovers 26. And we've gone just a minute to start this quarter. Good work off half-back there by Finn Osborne. Been pretty good today. Kick inside forward 50. Well met by Urquhart. Slipped the tackle. Fothergill was there. Wilson tapped the ball forward. Got numbers here. Knocked on nicely. Chancey for the Rovers. Ball wouldn't sit. Here's a go now. Cogill and Holgate were good. Harry Wheeler, excellent handball. Off to Urquhart. This kick's a beauty. Finds Howe. Inside handball to Morey. Morey on the run. Left foot kick. Falls to the front. Here's Fothergill. Monty spotted the free kick. So is the umpire.
It's going to go to Casey.
And it's going to go to Matt Casey. He's going to go back and have a set shot here, Monty.
Yeah, it was a great kick inside 50, and Tommy Boyd just come across the shoulder with that spoil there the umpire saw. So free kick to Matty Casey, and we know he's got the distance in him. Just whether he can find the accuracy, Robbie.
We got it. Well, he needs to impact the scoreboard here. It's the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard. Panda's favourite little haunt in Wangaratta for a coffee.
I reckon he smashes a few dimmies with gravy on them too, just quietly knowing Panda.
Matt Casey has kicked 2 of Yarrawonga's 3 goals. He'll kick it from around about 45 metres, almost directly in front. He's got the journey, or has he? It holds up a little bit, swings left, minus score. So the Pigeons, 3 goals, 6-24. Wang Rovers, 3-8-26. It's quarter action. It's for Albury-Wodonga MG, and that's on the Macca's time clock.
Thank you, Robert. Thanks for the Wangaratta Motor Group. As Xavier Ellison, Joel put him down because he'll play on. He's smart. Give himself a stat. Well done, Xavier. Plays on. Gets that free possession on the 40-wing stat sheet. Goes towards Sammy Murray. Juggles the mark. Being paid. Sam Murray now goes back inboard. Goes to that man, Ellison. They're just waxing a little bit between each other. Wanted to go. But Damien Wilson went on well. Gives a handball now to Sam. There we go. 4 stats between those two right there in 10 seconds. Sam Murray long inside 50. Well done, Pendergast. Red at the best. Plays on. Wilson closing down sideways. Sideways to Holgate now. Nice little kick towards Urquhart. Wants him. Now they'll just take a bit of a sting out of the game because Pendergast just put them under the pressure by trying to play on.
Just even there, the Wang Rovers forward pressure, Monty, just didn't allow Yarrawonga to get an easy access. So it's a turnover. Jack Gerish marks. Catapan kicks the ball inside forward 50, but he misses his range too. And Alex Marklew, the lead was good.
Yeah, it was.
It was going to be nice and low to him. He just missed his target, and they're going to bring it back in. There's Tyson. Goes to Pendergast. He's going to kick from almost his goal square. Goes across the ground. Finds Masters. He'll chip short. Find Perry Lewis-Smith, the pink-booted man. Goes short and he finds Ryan Einsporn in the navy sort of royal blue type boots, Monty. He's at half-back. We've gone 4 minutes in the third quarter. Yarrawonga trail by 2 points.
Nice long kick from Einsporn. Goes towards the 2 Howe brothers. Big lock.
They were a band, Monty.
Were they the Howe brothers?
Our Howie brothers.
Howie brothers.
Yeah.
Well, 50. I don't think that was 50 if you feigned a handball and didn't give it and you move on the mark. But Brody Fowler's been pinged for moving once it called stand. And I reckon he's a bit stiff there. But this 50 takes Lockhowe nearly within distance, I feel.
Got the journey all right, I reckon, Mont.
Now he's having to think about it. What's he going to do? Big Lockhowe. This is exactly what the Pigeons want to start this third quarter.
Breeze has dropped, Mont.
He's going to have to kick it from about 50, I reckon. Rolls around now. Sets sail for home. The wind's going to take that straight through the middle. Lockie Howe. Steel line goal today to the Big Pigeon. Gets there first for the quarter. That's exactly the start they needed. Lockie Howe takes them to 4-6-30. The Wangaratta Rovers 3-8-26 on the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard.
Really well disguised there, that feint of handball there, Scott, to get that 50-metre penalty. That would take the free kick count to 2 to Yarrawonga with a 50-metre penalty on top of that. Nothing to Wangaratta Rovers on the other side.
First time they've been in front today, I reckon.
It is.
Yep, getting that confirmation from the box. We've been joined here today in the viewing area by our good mate Andrew Moyer from the Border Mail. We're looking forward to his coverage of this game As Perry Lewis-Smith out of the middle. A few of these big names starting to come into play. Tumbles the ball deep inside forward 50. Casey met it superbly. Weighs up his options. Goes short. And there he is. Perry Lewis-Smith. He followed up his good work from the clearance. And he's marked 25 out directly in front.
I don't want to say I told you so, but Matt Casey out of the square to start this quarter
You
has
did
been
say that,
fantastic.
Scott.
So, he had that lead up, got the free kick, and then that there to find Perry Lewis-Smith straight in front was fantastic.
Not only was the great work rate by Perry Lewis-Smith, but how was the tap from Lockie Howe there, straight down to him, got it out, and the work rate from Lewis-Smith there just to keep running on was fantastic.
Well, Joel, he just pumped one from about 55 metres and he just gets that clearance tap. Perry Lewis-Smith to extend the lead here to 10 points. Kick on the way. He stabbed at it, but he's got it okay. Pigeons get 2 in a minute. They've kicked the last 4 goals of the game.
They have.
And they have stretched this lead all of a sudden out to 10 points. Yarrawonga making a big move here in the big third quarter action for Albury-Wodonga MG. And what does that say inside 50s this quarter, please,
Inside
Joel
50s
Montgomery?
Is 2 to Wangaratta Rovers, 3 to Yarrawonga Pigeons,
Yep.
and 2 in about 30 seconds.
They've looked good to start this quarter, had the Pigeons. They've looked very sharp. And that there was no mistake from Perry Lewis-Smith. Stabbed at it, as Robbie said, but got it through. It's a 10-point lead to the Pigeons on the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard. And we're going 7 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Another great tap from Howe, but Sam Murray sharks it, gets it inside 50. First there's Ned Pendergast with that inset mark. Goes straight away, goes sideways, finds Ironspawn. He's starting to lift a little bit, I feel. It's been good today, Ryan Ironspawn. Told to move it on now. Goes down the line to true centre wing. Dan Howe just worked under it. Doesn't quite take the mark, but gets back there and competes. Going to ground was Xavier Allison off the ball. He wasn't happy with it. Gives big Leroy a bit of a shove. That's David versus Goliath right there. Got to be careful there, Xavier. A bit going on off the ball.
There is a bit.
A lot of pushing and shoving and going to ground. Ball gets tossed up in front of the scoreboard. Howe, but Gaston over the top. Falls away of PLS, Perry Lewis-Smith.
Whoa!
Bob's man. And we're just seeing Brody Follow, is it? Take a seat over on that far side.
Oh, you nearly grabbed that bloke's beer.
And don't worry, he's someone that can definitely grab a beer and have one. Robbie, take it away for Wangaratta Motor Group.
If anyone could do it, it'd be Brody. Boundary throw in, true centre wing. Yarrawonga lead it by 10. If you've just joined us and been out for half an hour or so, last time you joined us, you would have found Rovers were probably leading by about that margin. Can they go forward now? Great tackle by Ryan Ironspawn. He's probably consistently been one of their best today, Ironspawn. Had a fair bit of footy. He's got it off half back. We had a double Mawson's concrete play of the day there from Lockie Howe and Perry Lewis-Smith, the man who's just marked it to leading into those 2 goals. He comes across the ground. They're just starting to control the ball a lot better now. Holgate off to Perry Lewis-Smith. We'll get his stats for this quarter shortly. I'm not sure if we're taking them or not, but you can make them up, Monty. Ironspawn gathers, kicks it to centre wing. 2 on 2
well
here.
Done.
Nice work by Lovell. Oh, Basil was lurking. Lovell drives the ball into half forward. Good work in defence there. There's a free kick.
Yeah, it's going to go to Tommy Boyd, I think.
Tommy Boyd, he held front position. He held Swain. He's got a free kick. At half back, Yarrawonga lead 5-6-36. Wangaratta Rovers a 3-8-26.
Move's been made now already with Tommy Boyd having to go back to Matt Casey, back at full back. Charles Ledger's come off. There's Tom Boyd now. Goes sideways. It's not a great kick. Well done, Ironspawn. Finn Osborne just went to ground at the wrong time. Ironspawn now goes sideways to Irvine. Irvine told to play on. Wilson, well done. Closed it quickly on the mark. Gets a tap sideways now to McCarthy. What a pickup that is, McCarthy. Now he's looking for Mark Lew's got plenty of space and time. Mark Lew feeds it back to McCarthy. Got to be clean in his and goes towards Wilson. Dylan Wilson. Gives away the free kick. There's Geordie Urquhart in the back.
Yep.
Dylan Wilson. He's got the kick about 55 away from goal.
Geez, he made him earn it, Mont.
He did.
You
don't
wouldn't have wanted him much later, would it?
No. As now Wilson goes to the top of the goal square towards the coach. Coach doesn't quite take it, but Sammy Murray, he's on the right side for a left footer. Get out of his way, boys. Wasn't a great kick. Just a little bit of traffic in his way. And Lee Masters takes a relieving mark. And now he finds Basil Fromfelder in front of our commentary position.
Yeah, he summed up that situation superbly, Lee Masters. He realised Murray wouldn't get much depth on that kick. Howe should mark. That's Dan Howe. And he does grab on the second bite. Plays on now. He's got a few options wide. He goes shorter to brother Lockie. He almost trips over. Big turnover in the game here. Rovers pump it forward. Mark Lew from behind. Can't mark.
Done.
Ned Pendergast took an absolute beauty. Mawson's concrete player of the day on the Masters, and they're out of trouble, Mont.
You're still calling empty head. It's all right, Robbie. It's all right. You went to. You
I don't feel comfortable with it.
Because Nan doesn't like it.
Exactly.
We know.
I got a lot of respect for grandmothers.
Yes. As Iron Spawn now goes down the line, looking for Lockie Howe. Flying over was McQuaid. Ball falls to the front and centre, and the Rovers pumping inside 50 again. Masters gets up. Doesn't quite take it. Irvine's there. Feeds it back to Ned. We're just talking about Ned Pendergast. Goes sideways now to Matty Holgate.
Hello. You've changed
too.
I've
changed. Yes, I have. And Matty Holgate gets a relieving kick towards Basil.
From behind, Shag and Nolan couldn't spoil the mark of Fraunfelder. It was a good one. Now Basil, he loves to run. He pierces a left foot kick. Out of bounds in the first bounce. Lee Williams very early decided, I'm not getting there. I'm going to conserve energy, and I'll let the boundary umpire.
Like, Basil, that's a terrible kick. Doesn't deserve my effort.
That is the exact message he was swinging back at him. 10-point lead to Yarrawonga. They've kicked the last 4 goals of the game. 2 just before half-time, and they've got the first 2 goals of this quarter. One in the 5th minute, and 1 30 seconds later. It was Lockie Howe and Perry Lewis-Smith. Howe got the tap. And that's that man, Perry Lewis-Smith, on call. Quick handball to Logan Morey. Beautiful centering. Left foot kick. Williams let it go over his head. Casey gathered, tackled, push over the shoulder. Free kick, Matt Casey.
Bit stiff there, Tommy Boyd. Not much you could do, but just need to be a little bit cleaner with it. Just over the shoulder and probably in the back as well, the way the tackle ended up falling. But Matty Casey looked very dangerous. And
he runs around Mont. Screws it over his left shot. He didn't get the right spin on it. And it ended up being a point. So just might have rushed that one a bit, Case. Mont's not happy, throws the pen down. Yarrawonga 5-7, 37. Wang Rovers 3-8-26. Another Moz, was it, for Mont?
I think it was a pre-Moz. I think Casey was trying to avoid it. Casey was trying to avoid it by getting in there with the snap and just mongrelled it.
These snaps around the body.
I don't like it, Mont. You know me. I'm a bit
I'm with Jason Dunstall.
Yes.
None of that stuff. Just kick it
the drop
straight.
punt.
Joel, mark him down. Xavier Ellison plays on. Goes sideways. Tom Boyd, at the back.
Great mark, one hand.
Takes it one hand. I'll tell you what, if you don't mind.
How about that for Mawson's concrete player of the day?
Tommy Boyd. Nice kick,
here we go. Here we go.
Williamson. Kai, what's he going to do? Gets back off his mark, and he's been told just hold on. Finds Philo. Philo on the run. What's Little Master going to do? Takes a bounce. Bit of arrogance there from Brody. Don't mind it. He goes to the top of the goal square. A beautiful kick to Mark Lou. Well done, Pendergast. Comes to ground. O'Brien's first there for the Rovers. Gets a handball.
Yeah.
He's been pinged for a throw.
Great call.
In the right spot, Jason Rain. And the free kick's going to go to Geordie Urquhart for the Pigeons. In the back pocket. We've gone 13 minutes on the Macca's time clock. 11-point lead on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard to the Pigeons.
Just on Jason Rain there, umpire. That's why he's such a good umpire. He's a good decision maker, but that's why positioning is important. He stood in the right spot, made a great decision. As Masters, dominated this quarter, Lee Masters. His stats for 40 winks, please, Joel Montgomery.
That is his 4th disposal, Robbie. Only Sam Murray has had more this quarter.
Yep, there you go. So just really having a presence down there. They got into their groove a bit here, the Pigeons.
They're starting to flex a bit of muscle, aren't they? They're just doing enough now to just keep them at arm's length to the Rovers.
The last goal Wangaratta Rovers kick was the 3-minute mark of the second term, so it's been well over a quarter. Around about 40 minutes of playtime, have not kicked a goal. Dan Howe, off half-back, left foot kick. Finds a bit of ground too towards half-forward, but it's chopped out and marked pretty comfortably in the end by the Rovers off half-back. Away they go, Mont.
Through Boyd. Boyd looking for Booth. We know he's carrying a shoulder, so you want to be clean here. Has to get back on it. Irvine straight at that shoulder too, and that's hurt him, but he's been given away the free kick. It's going to go the way of Booth. Holding the man, the umpire said, and it was probably there.
Jeez, how tough Stewie Booth.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's holding it even now. Just holding it out. Very sore. Stewie Booth. It's not the best kick, and Lee Masters will just sit there. Put him down for another 40 winks, please, Joel. And he'll go sideways towards Cogill. Cogill. The ground can open up from here. They've opened it up beautifully, the Pigeons. What's he going to do now? He's going to go out towards centre wing, towards Fromfelder. Well done, Shag and Olm brought it to the ground, but Fromfelder was a bit too clean. Ball now out towards Fothergill. What's the bounce going to do? Not favour Fothergill at all as Boyd got over. He's going to give away a free kick. No, the umpire put the whistle on the mouth and put it away. Ellison gives a handball sideways. Now the ball's just going to fumble out of bounds. Just that bounce didn't help Nick Fothergill on that far side there. Just let Tom Boyd have that extra second where he come in and laid a tackle. And we'll have a boundary throw in just inside 50 for the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Benny Cogill would feel at home with those green socks on. Monty's a Rennie boy, I believe.
He is a Rennie boy.
Is he feeling, it's a nice little touch for him. The Pigeons, this time kicking the ball to the centre of the goal square. Fisted, running onto it now. A chance he overrun the ball was Willie Wheeler. It just hasn't quite been Willie's day. And Yarrawonga have got back in front. And Willie Wheeler, if he gets going, has a good 10 or 15 minutes, they could tie this game up. They're close here, Mont. If they can get the next couple of goals of Pigeons in a low-scoring game, they're a big chance.
Feel the way it's going, the Damwell could break pretty quickly, the way they're moving the footy. Going to see a re-throw in, I think. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Don't mind that sometimes. If it's not quite the best throw in, just do it again.
We were searching for a free kick, weren't we? Heard the whistle.
You just never know sometimes, do you, Robert?
No. Scott.
As the ball gets tossed in. It's another one. No, play on, he says this time. That's probably worse than the first one. But he says play on, and Tom Boyd, met heavily by Matt Casey, and he's going to pay the free kick for a push in the back against Matty Casey. And again, I reckon Yarrawonga's come out with a bit more vigour. You know what? In this third quarter, I reckon Stevie J might have said a thing or two at half-time that some of these boys have responded to.
I hope
Tom Boyd's in a
winded,
fair
mate.
bit of pain here.
I hope it's just winded. I think it might be.
He's trying to get the air in, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And, of course, has a good little back pocket, does. Xavier Olsen said, I'll take it. Tommy said, no, I want the 40-wing stat, please.
He's been
and
good,
he's Tommy Boyd. He's been great. Had to go now and play a more defensive role than Matt Casey since he's gone to the square. Kicks it long down the line towards Gaston. But that man, Lee Masters, what a quarter he's putting together. Goes inboard towards Dan Howe. Not his best kick, but Dan Howe makes it look good. Takes the mark right on the paint of the 50.
He's got the leg here to do it, I reckon, Mont.
Oh, Robert.
He's got. I'm not saying if he's going to be accurate.
Mozwatch is alive and well here, fellas.
All right, I'm going to get myself back in the game here. I think he can kick this.
Oh, no.
We're at 4 Mozzes for the day so far.
Here we go. Dan Howe, pressure's on you, son.
Come on,
what
Dan.
can you do? Robbie said you're going to put this through post high.
I think he'll kick this.
I think he said he'll hit the playground on the full, didn't he?
Oh, Dan Howe.
If he kicks it
has
on
the
one.
leg, according to Rob Ease. Our B expert. Set sail from the paint of the 50.
Get up.
He's got the distance, Robbie. Don't you worry, Robbie. You're back.
I'm back.
So's Dan Howe with a steel line goal of the day. If you don't mind, as Robbie fist pumps more than what Dan Howe does out there as he breaks the Mozza hoodoo that he's laid on 100 forwards in the last 2 seasons. Dan Howe extends the lead here to 17 points for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. 6-7-43. Wangaratta Rovers 3-8-26 on the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard. And we've gone nearly 18 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, guys, as you can see there, as Robbie recovers and recuperates himself from that big celebration. Lee Masters' 6 disposals so far this quarter, really starting to have an influence and starting to turn that tide further and further Yarrawonga's way.
Yeah, it was at... The margin had stretched out at one stage there to 12 points.
Yep.
And they've kicked the last 5 goals now, have Yarrawonga. And they're really putting a stamp on the game. 43-26, they lead it. Off half-back, Holgate kicks it and makes good ground. He finds the boundary, and they won't mind that. It'll be a boundary throw-in on the electronic scoreboard side of the game, the tennis court side of the game. Geez, a good crowd in here today. It's a very, very healthy one indeed. Right around the ground, there's a
People
good
everywhere.
contingent. Yep, I reckon it's going to go close to 2, Mon.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with 1,500, I reckon, as the ball gets tossed in next to the
Andrew
scoreboard.
Moyer nods.
Yeah, when I said 1,500, I reckon. As there, Sam Murray gets the clearance. He does well. Gives a good little handball to Philo. Philo now tries to shake and bake around Holgate, and he does. Goes inboard. What a kick that is. Finds the leading captain in Mark Lou. And if Rovers needed the captain's goal, this is the one. He'll set sail from just outside the 50, but they need one to get back in the game here.
They're not out of this by any means at all, Mont. They just have they haven't scored a goal since the 3rd minute mark of the second quarter, but the game hasn't got completely out of control. It's only 17 points. If Mark Lou could somehow nail this, they are right back into it.
How good was the kick from little Brody Philo? As Mark Lou now runs around, sets sail from 52 metres. He's starting to go and celebrate. Hasn't got the distance, but Alex. Ball gets punched straight up in the air and then punched through for a minor score. Gets it back to a 16-point ball game. The Pigeons favour on the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard.
Mont, is there potentially a little bit of breeze going towards the,
I think
the river
looking
end?
at the sock, it's sort of coming across the ground slightly, but not great, I don't think.
That one held up where we saw the one from Dan Howe just kept going. Oh, it's a tight kick. It's marked nicely by Logan Morey in the elm tree pocket. And he just chisels a nice little kick to Whooper Irvine. Long sleeves, green socks. Oh, dangerous Whooper. Mark Lou couldn't hang on to it. Gathered, handball back to Mark Lou. He needs to trap it. Oh, big tackle, Pendergast. Turned the ball over. Mopped up by Perry Lewis-Smith, but it's been marked by Dylan Wilson. 48 metres out.
O'Brien's
He
out
goes
the back.
short,
Smart.
and he finds Lockie O'Brien.
Stewie Booth. But Lockie
Sorry,
O'Brien
Stewie-
was
yeah.
wide open out the back there. If
He was the one I was looking at.
Yeah, if he thought he had the distance, he probably would have gone to him. But, yeah, good spot up, finds. Their kicking inside 50 has been pretty good in this quarter. Just got to make sure they convert now and hit the scoreboard.
He's kicked 10 goals this season, Stewie Booth. He's had a really good year.
Probably been a bit quiet since the first month. I thought his first month was fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks like he's carrying a little bit. And now this shoulder is probably going to hamper him for a few weeks, you'd think.
To get the margin back to 10 points, Stewie Booth, 40 metres out, kick on the way, needs to bring it back.
Nope.
It did not come back at all. It kept going to that side, which the win sock out there near the scoreboard indicates that. So margin to 15 points, 43 to 28. It is Yarrawonga leading.
Pendergast, not his best kick, but finds Lewis Smith, who's really come alight in this third quarter. He's been fantastic. That kick he'd won again. Dylan Stone tackled straight away. Ball comes out. Bit of a fumble on the ground here. Dan Howe's going to get the free kick for too high. Put him down for another 40 winks, and he goes straight to that man, Masters. They're on the fly here, the Pigeons. Masters now goes out to space towards Fothergill. It will sit beautifully this time for Nick Fothergill. Fothergill now looking for an option. What's he going to do? He's just going to go sideways. Very smart kick to Ironspawn. Ironspawn's got it about 70 from home. Asks for someone to lead at him. It's not his best kick, and it's going to go out of bounds in the far pocket. And we'll get a boundary throw in as we go to the 40-wing stack sheet, please, Joel.
Yeah, Lee Masters up to his 7th disposal there, Scotty. Sammy Murray's on 6. Allison with 4 for Rovers as a leading comers.
Perry Lewis-Smith's had a big quarter as well. Massive quarter. Ball came back in. Handball by Fothergill. It was a bit of hit and hope in the end. They got numbers around the ball. Willie Wheeler from the scrimmage. Kicks on the left foot. And he's kicked it. It's gone out of bounds. So bouncing just inside the line there, which will suit the Pigeons. Ball's bounced right out over the back. And a little kid who was going to pinch it. There was a copper looking at him. And he said, mm-mm. And he's
not in Yarrawonga. Not in Yarrawonga. All honest kids down here.
They wouldn't pinch that. He didn't. He gave it back. Gaston taps it. Gains about 20 metres. And it will be thrown in again as Basil Fronfelder chased it over the boundary line. Score check. It's 6-7-43 Yarrawonga. Rovers 3-10-28. We're doing it for Albury-Wodonga MG. Scotty Montgomery. And it's 22 and a half minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
This ball gets tossed in now. At the Yarrawonga end of the ground. Goes to that man, Willie Wheeler. Had a quiet day. He's put it on the boot, around the body. Through for a minor score. This extends that lead again. Out to 16 points. 6-8-44. 3-10-28. The Rovers have had their chances. So have the Pigeons to really just hit the scoreboard a little bit more often, but just hasn't been one of those days conducive to high scores. I don't think that win's been a bit tricky. As Tommy Boyd plays on. Goes long towards O'Brien. Oh, it's a good contest out there. Ball falls to ground. We're going to have a boundary throw in.
Monty, if you look back on the game, and with the Rovers, when they had control, and they probably didn't kick enough goals, scoreboard pressure, when they dominated
first quarter and a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and probably the first 10 minutes of the second.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they probably missed their trick a little bit there as the ball spins back into play. Harry Wheeler was tracking around it. Kick off the ground by Gaston was quite clever, and another kick off the ground by Catapan.
He's going to get a free kick.
He's going to get a free kick, and sort of a bit incidental contact, but still the correct decision as Lee Masters works his way back. They set up so well in defence here, the Pigeons. Dan Howe's creeping back, and you have a look. Right, not that you can see if you're watching on the live stream where Masters sits now. He's right in that key there. Over the back, keep an eye if it comes there. Pendergast did well. He kept it in front of him, regathered, got to hurry, pinged him. Great tackle. Justin Lewis nailed him. 20 out directly in front. Joel, what do you spot?
A lot of urgency there from Sammy Murray with that inside 50 played on, got it in quick, and just ferocious tackle inside 50 there with the pressure on Ned Pendergast.
This is why this kid gets a game every week, I reckon, Robbie. He's the forward half pressure is next level.
Massive kick on goal. Rovers trail by 16. Lewis comes in and kicks the goal. Big play in the game. Margin back to 10 points. Lewis gets rewarded for a Mawson's concrete player today. A brilliant tackle. And they finally get their 4th goal. After kicking their 3rd goal 3 minutes into the second term, they get their 4th goal as we're entering almost 25 minutes gone 3rd term.
How was that? Justin Lewis, absolutely fantastic there and really put him under the pump. As you said, Robbie, Mawson's concrete player of the day. That's what they need from their small forwards at the moment. Get them back in this game because Yarrawonga at the moment look like they've got the potential to run away with it, but a goal like that can just break the momentum. Tossed up in the middle now. Bit of a stalemate between the two ruckmen. Willie Wheeler, great handball, forward handball to Lewis Smith. Lewis Smith inside 50, not his best kick. Ledger drops it, but diving on it was Williams. It just pops out. Going to be a free kick to... I think it's going to go the way of Ledger. No, Jace McQuaid. Don't know who that was for, but the umpire says go with it, and Sam Murray plays on straight away, kicks sideways, and the Rovers are out of trouble.
Jackie Gerrish has got it. Sammy Murray gets another handball received from Gerrish, runs his full measure, drives it to half forward, bouncing, kick off the ground by Masters was clever. He realised he didn't have time to put his hand down. His foot was the closest thing to the Sharon, and he just nudged it carefully out over the boundary line. Sam Murray stats this quarter, please, for 40 Winks, Joel.
9 disposals, Robbie.
9 disposals.
After 20 in the first half.
Gee, they'd love a late goal here. 26 minutes gone.
Yeah, put him down for another one.
He's got another one now. He's got double figures. Intercepted. No, he's been held.
Kick.
Held off the ball. What'd you spot, Mon?
Yeah, just Tyler Lovell's definitely put a lot of body pressure on blokes today, and yeah, just took him down and very...
Winded him.
Wasn't a good look.
Okay. Well, I reckon, Mont, this could be the last. Played on. There's Murray. What does he spot? Kicked, misses Gerrish. Close to siren time. Gerrish centres the ball up. Oh, chance missed there by Will McCarthy. Handball was intercepted. The tackle was applied by Whooper Irvine. And with almost 27 minutes gone, you can't see too much time left in this quarter, Mont. Pigeons lead by 10.
The ball goes up now. Lockie Howe tries to take it. Gaston jumps over the top. Just falls to the feet. Lewis Smith misses his boot. Ball's just bobbling around now. What's going to happen? Misses Ironspawn's boot. He kicks it off the ground. Mark Lou nearly missed the handball. Now it's gone to Fothergill. Fothergill hits Cogill. And there's not a Yarrawonga player in front of him. Ben Cogill relieving Mark. They needed that. Well done, Ryan Ironspawn, to get that clearance. Cogill now just sits it on the head of Howe. No, it was Casey, sorry. As it now comes to ground, we're going to have a ball up. I think Yarrawonga will be happy with that as they've got it 80 metres away from goal. When they've been under the pump for the last couple of minutes, they did well to hold up there. And here they go as the umpire waits for the two ruckmen.
And this quarter's gone about 3 minutes longer than any of the other ones so far. Been the 4 goals kicked in the quarter, 3 goals each in the first and second quarter. So can't be too much time left here. 3-quarter time is looming. It's a 10-point lead to Yarrawonga. Howe got the tap. Perry Lewis-Smith. Handball out
Great
the
call,
back.
Robbie.
It couldn't go much longer, Mont. It didn't go any longer. And that brings about an end of a riveting quarter of football. It was dominated early by Yarrawonga. Pigeons, by Yarrawonga, it certainly was dominated. Then a big tackle by Justin Lewis with a couple of minutes to go in the quarter. Got a free kick, kicked the goal, and brought the margin back to 10 minutes. We're set for a cracking finish here at the JC Lowe Oval on O&M Live. You won't miss a thing.
Clear.
Thanks, Laura.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
It's great to have your company for another afternoon of country footy at its best. We're at the JC Low Oval in Yarrawonga. It is three-quarter time, massive crowds around both huddles. There's a really big crowd in here today, so it should be. It's 1v2, and at the moment, Monty, it's number one Yarrawonga 44, leading the Wangaratta Rovers 34. But there's some other, before we talk a bit more about that, there are some other interesting and some fascinating games going on.
Yeah, there's two massive ones in the makeup of the five, really, where we've got North Albury taking on Wodonga, and the winner of that game will finish the round in third position. And as it stands, North Albury have a 7-point lead at three-quarter time, 50-43 there. And the other one, of course, is the Myrtleford Alpine Saints taking on the Albury Tigers up there in the Alpine Valley, 58-41 Myrtleford way, so 17 points. They've kicked 8-10 Myrtleford to 6-5, so they've had plenty of shots at goal. I tell you what, they've just got to hold on now. They've got to be able to hold on. It's one thing this year they haven't been able to do is hold on in the last quarters.
And just those couple other games, obviously Wangaratta.
95-point lead to Wangaratta, 102-7 behinds from the Raiders. And of course, Lavington's now kicked away. Just a little bit too much power, 88-56 against Cora.
Yep. All right. So we'll really monitor those games. Keep an eye on those games.
Two main ones. We'll have a look at.
Has it huge? Not so much Myrtleford playing finals, so that does slightly keep them alive a little bit. What it does, it then will put a lot of pressure on Albury.
Against Albury a lot, doesn't it?
And the other game, North Albury, if they go on and win that game, they go to third spot.
Yep.
If you had to given them at the start of the year at the halfway point,
round 9.
You'd take it.
It's crazy, isn't it? You would not have taken that at all. So it's a massive one if they can get over the line. But still a quarter of footy to play, Robbie.
Yeah, a lot of footy. This is where it probably gets hardest. And we're set up nicely here too. We had Wangaratta Rovers had their chances late in that quarter, Monty, to get the margin back under double figures. But the Yarrawonga defence held out really well. Pendergast has been fantastic on Mark Lou, and Lee Masters had a terrific quarter.
He had a great quarter. And I tell you what, that man in the middle of the ground we spoke about in the first half, probably needed a lift, was Perry Lewis-Smith.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic in that third quarter. Probably the quarter's best, I feel.
Yep.
He was absolutely fantastic. And of course, quarter's best thanks to Cavalier Holmes.
Indeed it was, Perry Lewis-Smith, I'm not sure Joel is doing his ones, but I reckon his numbers would have gone probably into double figures.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think he's quite doing Perry Lewis Smith.
Well, big crowd. We're still waiting for all of them to clear the ground. We're set up for a cracking finish. Bit of music pumping out across the I love it.
Yeah.
Across JC Low Oval here. There's a big crowd. It's had a finals feel about it all day, this game. The build-up, everything. And we are just about ready to roll. Joel Montgomery's taken his seat there on the 40-win stack sheet.
Getting a bit nervous.
I was locked out.
Robbie said we don't need you.
We better get an AFL score too, please, Jolie, while you go around the grounds. Please, mate, for Wangaratta Mazda. Because Scotty Montgomery's all... What's happening? We haven't got a ball.
I reckon the
ball's been pitched.
Umpire's got the ball. Umpire's got the ball in his hand, doesn't he? Just waiting for everyone to get behind the fence on that far side. See the boundary umpire.
Are they doing any
Robbie,
harm,
while
man?
we're waiting on that, Robbie,
Joel, take over
Hawthorn
now,
have taken over the game at UTAS Stadium. They now lead by 3 points after being down at 20 at half-time.
Wow. So Hawthorn
that's to
have
the
hit
Giants.
the front against the Giants.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
Sam
big
Mitchell is the
third
best coach in the competition at the moment.
They might
Has
be
been
the real
said by a
deal.
couple.
Geez, that's a brave umpire telling that mob of yobbos to... Oh, look at him.
but then-
Couple said, nah, stuff you. We're going to sit there anyway. I bet you they come back.
Yeah.
Let's just
It
monitor
is
They're
hu-
straight out of the sponsors deck
Yeah.
too.
It is hard to tell people to get behind the fence when half of the
ground
oval
is
does not have
yeah,
a fence as well.
I don't know how they're going to go sell these people. They're sitting just as close over there, Robbie.
Oh, well, Monty, take it away. Bring us home. Big fourth quarter coming. Yarrawonga lead it by 10.
Thanks to Cavalier Homes. Fourth quarter action. Gaston versus Howe. Give it to Gaston, but it falls away of Wheeler. It's spoilt straight away. The ball, we're going to have about... another repeat stoppage. We have had so many repeat stoppages this year, Robert. You would not believe it. I know you've been out in the Hume League a bit, but
Oh, it
Ovens
doesn't
and
happen
Murray
out
footy.
there. It's just clean and clear.
Big, wide spaces
Wow, you
grounds.
can't say it with a straight face, can you? As Lockie Howe wins that tap, but it falls the way of Willie Wheeler, gives a handball to Perry Lewis Smith, who gets tackled straight away. And we'll have another repeat stoppage.
Come on, get a clearance here,
We've
Monty.
gone 15 metres towards the Rovers' goal, but not a clear possession yet. Howe gets another tap. Murray just goes, I'll kick this one out of the air. It was into the back of Osborne. And we're going to have another one. No, we're not. Dan Howe extracts it. Goes sideways to Ironspawn. Ironspawn on the boot straight away towards Fromfelder. Good spoil from Nolan. But first there's Matty Casey. Matt Casey's handball's no good. Goes to Osborne.
Ooh.
Osborne now inboard to... it's Garish. Garish on the boot. Goes. It's a terrible kick. And unattended was Ned Pendergast. Oh, he's played on. He's put himself under the pump. But he gets out of it. He's done well there and finds Holgate on the halfback flank for the Pigeons.
Yeah, just haven't nailed it, have they, the Rovers, inside that forward 50, that direction there. So Garish and Mark Lou are on a completely different page. As the ball comes to centre wing, scoreboard side of the ground, quick hands. Chance here. Jack Garish starting to get his hands on the footy a bit. Has one bounce. Runs around on his right foot. Drives the ball long. Almost inside forward 50. Masters from behind. He didn't take the grab, but he almost parried it out over the boundary
Gone
line.
out on the full.
It is out in the full. That's why he didn't show as much interest, Monty.
He's going to get the kick anyway.
Oh, mate, the boundary umpire who was clearing people away from the picket fence made the call, and Garish might get paid that mark. Play on's a call. No one really had it. I don't mind
I don't mind that.
call,
I
man.
think that's a great call.
Yep.
Dan Howe cannot have the SHITs with the umpire on that
Nah,
one, can he?
He's more than happy. All right, Mont, take it away, mate. Still a 10-point margin. We've gone 2 minutes to the last quarter for Cavalier Homes.
And it's going to be a clearance towards Gaston.
Oh!
As he's just let go with an absolute torpedo.
Oh!
It's bounced in the forward pocket. I reckon that's gone 65, Robbie. That's a beautiful kick
Last
from the
time I
Frenchman.
saw a French torpedo like that was in Auckland Harbour, mate. They sunk a...
That is
Was the Rainbow Warrior
terrible.
went down? 1985 it went down, the old Rainbow Warrior.
Thanks for the history lesson. I wasn't even born then. I noticed how you and Frida knew what was going on. This ball gets tossed in the forward pocket for the Rovers. Marklew tries to fight his way through. Goes to ground. Ball just fumbles around. I think dispossessed was Harry Wheeler. Irvine gets a clearing kick. Oh, Fothergill. Sun got in his eyes. Drops the mark he should have taken. Ball now is taken out of play. We'll have a boundary throw in. Another stoppage inside the forward 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers. I'm going to tell you what, Robbie, for Wangaratta Motor Group, why don't you take it away?
See what we can do here, Mont. Yeah, it was a bit of an international event, that one, Monty. It did stir the greens
Yeah, a bit
up.
before I was born.
Yeah, relations between France and New Zealand. Next rugby union game was a cracker. Now, chipped out and marked there by Allison. He's way too far out to score. He's normally pretty good with the Charon in hand. Looks up, down the line he goes. They've got numbers at the fall of the ball, but the boundary line is close too. And, yeah, Sammy Murray's just pointing. I just want that a little bit lower or a little bit more direct here. So, Mont, your turn again. See if you can get a clearance here. Boundary throw in. Rovers attacking. Need a goal. They trail by 10 points.
Yarrawonga would not care if this was the whole play for the last quarter. Just stoppage after stoppage. We're still in the Rovers forward half.
Great to
Ball
call.
now goes to Fothergill. It's not. As it goes backwards towards McQuaid, he drops it. Goes to Casey. Tackled straight away was Matty Casey. We're going to have another stoppage here, Robbie.
Yeah,
I reckon we've had 10 already this quarter. And
Lockie's
Lockie's
call
House
too.
had 10 touches, I reckon. 10 taps, I should say. And he goes up again. Give that one to him again, please, Joel. This ball now. Tackled straight away is Dan Howe. And we'll have a repeat stoppage in exactly the same spot. Robert, you try get us a clearance, please.
And the news is there's 10 guys sitting in front of the fence that were cleared
Exactly
before. You gradually see that number increase. Fly low off the back of the pack. So it was Gerish, got the handball to Allison. Allison, inside forward 50. Can they get a mark inside forward 50? No, they can't. Whooper Irvine was fantastic. He fisted it out over the boundary line. Mont, what do you got? Round the grounds.
Just quickly around the grounds, 22-point lead to Murdoch Alpine Saints and a
Wow.
1-point lead to North Aubrey. So Wodonga's kicked the first goal in the last quarter there.
As the chair goes over in the background.
Stop throwing them around, Robbie.
So Myrtleford almost home there, you would think. Mont getting close. The boundary umpire will have to throw that again. He would be a bit fatigued because he had to get rid of about 50.
Oh, back there. He's going to have to do it again.
He's got a big quarter coming up. It's going to come back in. It's been a scrappy old start to the quarter, Mont. It's still a 10-point lead. We've gone 5 minutes. It's Yarrawonga leading.
Of course, we're going 5 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Great sponsor of ours, Sammy Murray. Break through the pack. Sam Murray on that left. Around the body. Steel line goal today. Sam Murray. That's a coach's goal, and they definitely needed that. That's their 5th of the day, and it's their first since the last quarter. They've gone back-to-back for the first time since the first quarter, Robbie.
They have indeed.
So, absolutely needed that one. Takes them to 5-10-40. Yarrawonga 7-8-50 on the work lock-up Wangaratta scoreboard.
Some really breakout speed there, boys, from that clearance from Sammy. He's done that a couple of times from Marks where he's played on, but he's using that burst. It's only his first touch for this quarter, but it is his 31st for the game, so he's really trying to lift this side here.
Jolie, the bad news for Wang Rovers is the scoreboard have given that goal to Yarrawonga.
You know the attendants are against you when you kick it and the scoreboard goes away.
That parochial mob over here, the Pigeons. So it's a 4-point margin in the game now. And Monty, we saw clearance after clearance, a boundary throw-in after boundary throw-in. It was going to take a bit of class to get that job done. Going to go around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda. What do you got, Joel?
Just while we're waiting for the ball to come back from the playground there, Robbie. Wodonga Bulldogs have now kicked ahead of North Aubrey, so Panda may be a little bit flat. It is 55 Wodonga,
It'll be flat.
North Aubrey 51.
And just that score again up in the Alpine Valley, Myrtleford.
64 to the Saints and 6-6-42 to Aubrey Tigers.
Getting close there to a almost
Massive win.
It'd be a massive win for the Saints. They have strung together a pretty good season so far. They might be starting to get rewarded for it. Up they go. Lockie Howe, clever. Just delayed the second tap to Wheeler. Willie pumps it into half forward from behind. Ball came to ground. McCartney was there. And McCartney was tackled straight away by Nick Fothergill. So we'll have a ball up inside forward 50 for Yarrawonga. They lead by 4 points. Lockie Howe palms it cleverly. Good work there by McQuaid. Hurried up and under kick. One-on-one contest here. Lewis is there. At the back here, coming through was Nyholm. Got it to Whooper Irvine. Tackled immediately. Had to release the ball. Bobbing around. Pinballing around in the middle of the ground. Big play coming up here. It won't come out. And it's going to be balled up. Good defensive work there. 7 minutes gone last quarter. Yarrawonga lead by 4 points. Here's a Scott Montgomery for the Wangaratta Motor Group.
As Howe, another clearance, tackled straight away. He's going to be pinged. He's stiff there, I think. Sammy Catapan, he's not happy about a big lock. I don't blame him. Handball straight away. Goes to Murray. He gets tackled and confronted, but gets a handball to Catapan. Catapan now to Nolan. Shagger. What can he find? It's a terrible kick. All he's done is find a Yarrawonga opponent. It's Harry Wheeler who takes the chest mark, and he's going to get moving for the Pigeons. He's called to play on now. O'Brien confronts him. Just kicks it around the body. 2-on-1. The Rovers way. Williams brings it to ground. Allison jumps on it. Gets a handball. It's smothered straight away. McQuaid tackled high. He's going to get a free kick for the Rovers. And he's going to send them forward again.
So just repeating it, Martin Park, Wodonga have hit the front. They lead North Aubrey by 4 points. Nolan handballs to Sam Murray. He was a bit of a hit and hope. One from Sammy. Mopped up by Harry Wheeler. Held back the kick nicely. Got it to Lockie Howe, who's been pretty good. Goes short, finds Irvine. He'll handball it now to Lewis Smith. He goes inside now. Finds Holgate. Drives it long to half forward. Ooh, almost taken there by Kogel. Picked up, mopped up. Lovell, shot on goal. And he's yorked the behind post, which means it will be thrown back into play. And a big chance here for Yarrawonga. They're deep into attack. They lead by 44.
Big Lee Williams, I just noticed, got a bit of a limp up at the moment, Robbie, so we'll have to watch that one. Might be struggling a little bit with something. This young umpire flings it back into play. Gatto, that's not where you want to punch it, mate. It just goes straight, but O'Brien then punches it. No, sorry, it was Boyd. Finds its way to Sam Murray. Gives a handball to Philo. Philo just handballs it straight up. It's not a bad little one. Shag and Nolans ran on. Gets a kick that gets smothered by Lockie Howe. Both teams happy to take that one out as Tyson dove in. And we'll have a ball in. There's a bit going on. There's a lot of feeling in this game. That's what we want to see. Both teams want this win to take top spot after 9 rounds of footy. Gets tossed in. Lockie Howe has had a massive last quarter in the ruck so far. Ball falls away of Stone. Tackled straight away by Forge. It's a great tackle. We'll have a repeat stoppage. And there's a fair bit going on again on the ground.
It's tough in the clinches.
A lot of feeling here, Robbie. Take it away.
All right, Howe takes it out of the ruck. Handballed it straight away to Harry Wheeler, who thumps the ball. 25 out from goal. Casey from behind. The fist came in. Ball falls. Tackling is fierce. Released. Allison was there. Basil Fraunfelder was there. Here comes Dan Howe. Handball over the top. Found Lovell. Quick release. Chance here for Willie Wheeler. Got one high.
Ducked.
Play on to call. He ducked. Fothergill. Goal. No. Misses to the right-hand side. And Jason Rains explaining to Willie Wheeler, you ducked into it. You ducked into it. Great call. And a point to the Pigeons. They lead it by 5. We've gone just over 10 minutes in the final quarter for Cavalier Holmes. And here's Scott Montgomery.
As Ellison plays on. Short kick now to Nolan. Been very, very tough today, Shag and Nolan's been fantastic. He takes it on through the middle of the ground. He's been told to, and he finds Philo. Takes a great grab. One-on-one. Gets moving on that left boot. Not the best kick up and under, but Gerrish flies. Doesn't take it. Falls to ground. Masters over the top towards Howe. Howe back sideways to Masters. Masters going to come through the middle of the ground. It's a one-on-one contest. Who's going to win it? Williamson does well, but so does Harry Wheeler at ground level. Taken straight away by Gerrish.
Great tackle.
On the footy, Jackie Gerrish. Well done. That's a Mawson's concrete play of the day right there. Stops him going inside 50, and he plays on straight away to Philo, who kicks it long and deep. It's a 2-on-1 in the air. Great grab, Will McCarthy.
Grab.
Mawson's concrete mark of the day, Will McCarthy. The young Bushies kid, he'll go back to give his side a lead. 12 minutes in the last quarter.
And you can see there, Scotty, Wangaratta was very quickly with that handball. He was cramping at the contest only moments earlier.
Yep.
So that makes that tackle even more extraordinary to put the rundown on.
Jeez, Harry Wheeler should have gone on the boot a bit quicker. They were open inside 50. Gets tackled. But well done, Jack Gerrish. Gives him this shot on goal to Will McCarthy. Sets sail from 35. He didn't like it off the boot. It's a minor score. Needed to be better. Misses to the right side. Takes them to 5, 11-41, the Wangaratta Rovers. The Pigeons, 6-9-45, 4-point lead to the Pigeons. 12 minutes gone on the work locker. Wangaratta scoreboard and the Macca's time clock.
Well, around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda, Myrtleford are home. They lead it by 36 points against Albury. Kick to the middle of the ground, thumping kick. Ball spins off the back of the pack. Chance here for O'Brien. Handball to Allison. It's quick sticks here. Back towards O'Brien. Allison was there. Free kick. Going to go the way of the Pigeons. Gee, the pressure's lifted. 4-point lead to Yarrawonga. 12.5 minutes gone. Third term. Fraunfelder marks. He wanted to break clear. He does now. He plays on. Drives the ball inside forward 50. Williamson missed the mark. Intercepted by Fothergill. Got it to Willie Wheeler. Williams! Low to the ground. Couldn't take it. Damien Wilson. Handball to Dan Howe. Snap on goal. And Dan Howe's kicked it. A big goal from a big player. The margin out to 10 points. And Dan Howe delivers a steel line goal of the day right when they need it. They lead it by 10 points. 14 minutes gone, final term.
All square and the clearance is there and pretty much even. 5 inside 50s to 4 Yarrawonga's way. It's just such a tight neck game here. Really important that Williamson took that mark, dropped it. Fothergill, good hands, and Howe finished off well.
Yeah, Kai Williamson want that one again. He probably should have done a little bit better. Not a lot of pressure around him. Just fumbled. That's what games like this can do to younger guys. They can feel the heat coming. But that's a goal that the Pigeons definitely needed. Just breaks that run now that Rovers had. Cogill versus Gaston. Bit of a tap to Gaston, but we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, Mont, we saw down the other end, Will McCarthy had a shot on goal. He kicks that, they would have been in front. Missed that, comes down here. Now they need 2 goals to hit the front.
It's a 10-point game, and Sam Murray's held without it. Going to get the free kick.
Still anyone's game.
The coach has decided to inject himself a little bit here. Clearances. Just goes sideways towards Allison. Not his best kick. Not great at all. Logan Morey has chopped it off.
Lucky not to give away 50 there, Allison.
Morey now looking for a teammate. Goes with a nice chiseler. It's not his best kick, that's for sure. Perry Lewis-Smith gets first there, but now Lockie McCartney gives a sideways handball to Dylan Stone, who's died out of it a little bit in this second half. It's a nice kick, that one, to find O'Brien.
Too far out, Mont?
I think he's right on his limit. You'd have to kick from 55.
Yeah, 55 would be the margin. Showing a little bit of confidence.
Not a bad side for him to wheel around as a left footer. There's O'Brien now. He's looking very confident. Has not even bothered to look at any of the leads. Sets Salva home from 55. I don't think he's got the distance. It's going to fall right on the goal line. Gets touched through. No. He's got a goal on the goal line. Oh! It's come off boot, I feel. I'm not sure whose it was. But the arrow.
No, I reckon it's Lockie O'Brien. Because it was all hands in there, Mont. They must have been over the goal line. They're all going to Lockie O'Brien. He's getting the pats on the back.
There you go.
Wow.
Massive
what a goal.
From 55. Lockie O'Brien with a steal line goal today. I'll tell you what, that's exactly what they needed. And it gets it back. It's game right on again, Robbie. This is what we want. This is O&M footy at its best. Scoreboard leads 7-9-51. Wangaratta Rovers 6-11-47. 4-point lead for the Pigeons.
And Sammy Murray, as you said, has got to inject himself here. 5 touches in this quarter. Really trying to lift.
Here we go from the restart. Hunting after the ball now. Rovers, handball over now to Dylan Wilson. Back now to Dylan Stone. Kicks it inside forward 50. Pendergast. Again has outpointed Marklew there, and his kick's a good one, and he finds Nyholm at half back for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, who lead it by 4 points. Rip-roaring gut finish coming up. Kicks it tight to the boundary line. Perry Lewis-Smith flies high and takes a very good mark at half back in front of Sam Catapan for the Pigeons. And he'll just slow things down a bit. 16 minutes gone. I reckon about 10 minutes in at Mont as Perry Lewis goes down the line.
He's looking for Williams. McQuaid gets a fist on it. Falls away of Boyd. Just gets a little toe poke, but Basil Fromfelder's there for the Pigeons. Gets a forward handball now to Fothergill. Fothergill to Howe. Dan Howe on the outside of the boot. Looking for Willie Wheeler. Ball's going to run out of bounds. Saw the pressure coming. Had to change his kick at the last minute there to Dan Howe. Thought he was going to set Salva home. In the end, went looking for a teammate and didn't quite hit him. What a last quarter we're having here. Cannot have it any better way. 2 goals to the Rovers, 1 to the Yarrawonga Pigeons. It's tossed in. Williams gets the tap. Ball's going to fall the way of Nolan for the Rovers. Should have taken it out, but doesn't. McQuaid gets worried out of it. Catapan gets a handball to Garish. Garish now to Philo. Philo back to Catapan. Catapan's running on hard now in this last quarter. Gets the kick down the field. Looking for Marklew. Not a favourable bounce, but it goes to Pendergast for the Pigeons. Pendergast now to Holgate. Holgate's handball not great. Marklew chops it off. McCarthy gets it for the Rovers. Gets dodging and weaving and runs out of space and goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in front of the cam bar. It's definitely been well lubricated as we've gone 17 minutes in this last quarter.
Quickly go around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda. Joel Montgomery.
Yes, as you said, Robbie, Myrtleford have now pushed out to a 40-point lead, and Wodonga still 6 points up over North Albury.
Alrighty, there we go. Boundary throw in. Masters and Perry Lewis-Smith control. Handball's intercepted. Oh, the umpire got in the road of Allison. Big turnover here. Wilson now. He needs to nail it. Fothergill runs for him. Drops the mark. Boyd was there. Frontfelder. If it sits, look out. Trouble for Frontfelder. Got round one. Pivoted around another. Basil goes bang. Frontfelder might have wrapped the game up here for the Pigeons. Kicks a big goal. Still line goal of the day. He went to his right. He went back to his left. And he nailed it from 20. The Pigeons lead by 10. And Mawson's concrete player of the day.
I think if anyone has actually seen Basil play, I don't think he's ever kicked on his right. So that double sell of the candy probably should have been a little bit of notice. But what a great finisher in front of the goal there with that little snap.
Wow, what a quarter we are having here to finish this game. Cavalier Homes, 4th quarter. Been absolutely fantastic. 10-point lead of the Pigeons on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Tossed up in the middle again. Here goes Sammy Murray. Got to be clean. He's not. He fumbles a little bit. Goes back and gets it. Chopped off. He's going to get a free kick. No, he's paid a throw. Umpire says play on. Wheeler gives it to Howe. Dan Howe. What a kick that is to find Lovell. Tyler Lovell will go back and have a shot to extend the lead to a point where I don't think the Rovers can get back, Robbie.
Yeah, if he kicks this, they would need 3 goals, Mont, and I reckon they've got around about 8 minutes max to do it. Big kick for Lovell, 40 out, directly in front.
Massive kick, probably the biggest kick of the day so far for Tyler Lovell. He's going to set Salva home from about 45. He's on the way now, Lovell hits the boot. He likes it off the boot. Umpire does not move. Straight through the middle. Steal line goal today to Tyler Lovell. That's his first. And the Pigeons go back to back within a minute. And really puts the Rovers under the pump here. Extends the lead to 16 points, 9-9-63 to 6-11-47 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
And just in the remainder of round the ground scores, Wangaratta 120, Wodonga Raiders 20. Lavington lead Coral Rutherglen 90-63. And Wodonga still lead North Albury by 6 points, 57-51.
All right, here we go, out of the middle again. Perry Lewis-Smith, he's had a massive second half of football. Drives it towards swing and half forward for Yarrawonga. Logan Morey's tap was clever. And it's going to be locked down at half back for the Wangaratta Rovers. So they need to kick 3 goals. We've just ticking over 20 minutes gone now. Quarter at max will go 28. They've got maybe 8 minutes to do it. One more goal for the Pigeons would wrap this one up. McCartney comes at the ball hard. So does the boundary line. Casey takes him Philo out over the boundary line. Brody's got a bit of an affinity for that
he does.
tree.
He's definitely trying to find those green cans.
There's got to be an esky there.
Has to be.
No doubt about it. The ball's going to be thrown back in. 16-point lead to Yarrawonga. Here's Monty.
Ball tossed in. Lockhouse's last quarter's been massive. Wins that tap as well. Willie Wheeler tackled straight away there. Have a repeat stoppage in exactly the same spot. It's going to get tossed up. Howe v. Gaston. Howe again. Great tap to Lewis Smith. Gets chopped off, does that handball. Xavier Allison goes and gets it. Gets it on the boot quickly. Give him that clearance. Goes inside 50. Gets out the back. Looks like Casey's gone behind the footy. Onto it first there. Was it Osborne? No, it was Lewis. But Pendergast chops it off and takes it out. We're going to have a throw in 15 metres away from the Rovers' goal. Tell you what, they need one now, Robbie. The Rovers need to find something. I dare say their big players will get around this clearance.
You think back in an early injury to big Will Christie has really cost them up forward, you'd think, as Howe wins another tap. A lot of players ran the ball. Harry Wheeler did well. Look at Perry Lewis-Smith go. What a sizzling second half of footy he's played. He kicks it into no man's land. They've got numbers here. They're looking for a shot. Lovell's done well. He's going to beat 2. Will Nolan did well. Got the initial Shepherd. Handball wasn't good. Here's a chance.
Smart.
Oh, this is all over here. Fothergill marked. Got it on to Nyholm. Nyholm spots one loose, and it's going to be Frontfelder. Couldn't take the mark. He's got the free kick. Spot on, Monty. It was front on contact, and the free kick's going to go to Basil Frontfelder, and he has already kicked a couple today.
Yep.
Kicked 2. Of that, or Monty's telling me to go and do something else, but it's 2 goals confirmed, and he should kick this one. 20 out.
How smart was Nick Fothergill there? A lot of players would have blazed away. Yep. The Rovers were just defending back towards goal. Garish had taken off, but went sideways, found Nyholm, which opened up this play to then find Frontfelder, who normally would go back and kick these, Robbie. Normally. But it's very a long day for
on the
Basil.
watch.
To wrap it up, Frontfelder, 25 out, slight angle, low kick.
Oh, wow.
He's made a meal of it.
I'm saying you've claimed that spot. It's 5 for the day.
That's why I said normally, Joel.
So Basil misses, and it just leaves the door slightly ajar because it leads 17 points to Yarrawonga, 64-47. 22 minutes and 22 seconds gone, Mon.
They've got to take it on, and Allison does just that. This goes long and strong down the middle. Lewis Smith gets front and centre. Morey, he'll set Salvin home from 50. He does. It's on the boot. It's not his best effort. It's out of bounds on the full. And the Rovers get a sigh of relief there as the game's still wide open. And Allison, I reckon, has got to do exactly the same thing again. And then movement. A lot of blokes standing still at the moment for the Rovers. Sideways, Ellison goes. Not a great kick to Ledger. Ledger just goes sideways underneath Williams' feet. Williams stops the footy. Gets to Fothergill. Well done, McCartney. It's a big effort, Lockie McCartney. But I reckon it's gone out of bounds on the fall off McCartney's boot.
Oh, dear.
And we're going to have a shot on goal. Umpire says come back, reset you, and it's Perry Lewis-Smith. who's going to have a shot. Should take his full 30 seconds here and get some time off the clock.
I reckon Lockie McCartney has talked his way into getting this ball.
Nah, it's got to be
Yarrawonga's
he has. Oh, no.
He has done it.
I don't know how that's happened. I honestly do not know how that's happened.
Well, he's done it. He did it beautifully. And he kicks from half-back. Mont pumps it towards centre wing. Murray pushed an opponent at the back. He did. And he's been pinged for it.
And
Sam
Sam's giving
Murray
away 50.
abuse. The local Yarrawonga crowder absolutely
Sam's
serving
losing
it
the
up
plot
to
here.
him. It's a 50-metre penalty.
Needs to get out of it, Sammy.
And this will wrap up the game because the Pigeons are going to shoot for goal. It's the shortest 50-metre I've seen for a while. Whooper Irvine. He doesn't get many shots on goal.
Not many at all, does he?
He's got a chance here to wrap things up. Yarrawonga lead by 17, 24 minutes gone. There's plenty of yap going on. Murray and Williams are involved. It's all good fun. It's high-spirited. It's not World War III. Some good banter. And Irvine, whooper. A chance to seal the deal. Comes in, 25 out, directly in front, and he's kicked it. Ho-ho.
Look at him get to him too.
Great excuse to hit the winery walkabout for Whooper tomorrow. And the lead goes out to 23 points. Yarrawonga at home. It's been a great contest. Joel Montgomery.
Gentlemen, that's the second 50 of the day. Probably a little bit silly by Sammy Murray there. Going around the grounds, the Hoppers have hit back. It is 57 apiece. 8 goals, 9.
How long
24
gone?
minutes gone into the last.
Oh, wow.
24 minutes gone.
Could see a draw. We could see a draw there. He would be... Oh, I'll tell you what. That's the game you want to be at right now. It is game on there.
Well, Monty, Joel, you just keep
an eye on that one, Joel.
Mate,
keep an eye on that one.
Jump in, please.
As it's the only close one going on. As this one's all over, 10-10-70 to 6-11-47, 23 points. Harry Wheeler's going to get this clearance. He goes to that goal kicker, and Whooper Irvine gets tackled straight away. He's going to be pinged for a throw. Play on, Philo with the left boot. It's not his best kick. Chopped off by Pendergast. And I'll tell you what, Robbie, the Pigeons are home. They're starting to celebrate. A few are leaving, trying to beat the traffic.
Yeah, well, they are too.
And Matty Casey takes a relieving mark across half-back, and now they'll just kill this clock from here, I feel.
Monty,
Yarrawonga have kicked a point, Robbie. The Hoppers.
North
Aubrey. Back in front, 58-57.
North Aubrey have hit the front, so we'll stay with that. Any score?
Sorry,
Joel?
no, game is over. It looks like they are celebrating on the ground.
So North Aubrey have won by a point. They go to
massive.
third spot. Logan Morey takes the ball inside forward 50. Ball shoveled out in defence. Catapan trying to tackle Willie Wheeler. It's party time here. Bounce through for a minor score. 24-point the margin. Joel Montgomery, what are you viewing? I know you've got the live stream on here from the North Aubrey-Wodonga game.
Yep,
what are we looking
57 apiece with 24 minutes gone on the clock. The siren's gone after 25 minutes and 7 seconds. North Aubrey just kicked a point.
Wow.
And have won by 1, 58-57.
As Casey just sends it back inside 50 back here at JC Low Oval. Good spoil there. Here go the Rovers through Williamson. Williamson goes sideways, looking for Boyd, who's looking like he's moving forward, trying to kick a goal. It's got out the back. Pendergast been fantastic today as Big Ned. And he goes backwards. He goes to Urquhart. And now it's his time to take the time off the clock. Goes inboard, but it's a poor kick. Chopped off by O'Brien, who read it well. O'Brien could set Salva home. He's looking for Gerish, who's found his way down there. It's a great kick. Great mark too, Jackie Gerish. Mawson's concrete. Mark of the day there. Jack Gerish will go back and have a shot. Slight angle, 15 metres out to make it a game that's... Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's still over.
No. And he plays on Mont and he misses. Oh, look at that.
He's missed
Stu Booth is coming off the ground, guys, holding that shoulder.
No,
so I
that's
think
Lockie McCartney.
He was holding that shoulder, so I think it might be, let's just rest him up now looking at the score here.
So it's all done and dusted here. 23 points the margin. Yarrawonga lead. 27 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. And Big Ned is going to drag the ball back into play. He's had a good game today.
He's been fantastic, hasn't he?
Alex Marklew, maybe 1 or 2 shots on goal.
He's kicked 2 behinds.
2 behinds. So a big game from Ned Pendergast. Now, the rights are just about done. It goes to that very crowded wing out there, Monty, where a lot of
people are still sitting in front of that fence, Robbie, even though they got cleared off about 28 minutes ago.
His big Dan Howell took the grab out there. I like that little picket fence out there. He drives the ball long to half forward from behind, and Charles Ledger couldn't hang on to the grab. Iron Spawn overran the ball.
Out of bounds on the full.
Going to be out of bounds on the full. Because you've got a good eye out there. You're potential boundary umpire, field umpire. Take it away. Call the last bit of action here, I reckon,
Green's not my colour, that's for sure, Robbie. You have to run too much of the ball. Now gets sent inside 50 by Fothergill. Has not stopped all day. He's been absolutely fantastic as little Nicky Fothergill. As the ball gets spoiled out of bounds, we'll have a throw in. As another footy enters the ground. Don't know where that one come from. I think there's the little kids out the back there having a kick. Just might have missed a target or two.
Hasn't been a day for the spearheads, mate, has it?
No, hasn't been.
Lee Williams.
He's been given a bit of a bath, I reckon, Lee.
By Tommy Boyd.
Ace McQuaid. He's done a great job. Clearance now. Willie Wheeler, handball backwards to Ironspawn. Good smother. Justin Lewis hasn't given up. Whooper Irvine now. Gives a handball to Dan Howe. Just taps it on. Didn't want the contact coming. The smart play finds Morey. Morey inside 50. What a kick. Logan Morey, I tell you what, he has worked his way into this game and absolutely fantastic with his kicking inside 50. And he's found Fromfelder. And he should just take all the time. I feel the siren's not far away, Robbie. Might even have the kick after the siren, will Basil.
Yeah, it's a great call, mate. We saw Perry Lewis-Smith, even Harry Wheeler. We've seen Logan Morey, Basil Fromfelder work their way into the game. That's been the difference. That's been the difference.
Absolutely.
Willie Wheeler's just had his 10th disposal for this quarter, boys, so he's really stood up.
Basil sets sail. It's not great. The umpire had to do a lot of hard work there. But it doesn't matter. It extends it back out to a 4-goal game. 72-48.
Jack Penny kicked a point for North Albury with 30 seconds left to win that game at Martin Park today.
As Ellison went short to Catapan. They put themselves under the pump here. Dylan Stone tackled straight away. And we're going to get a ball up right at the top of the goal square for the Pigeons. Don't know what's going on there. Just trying to obviously get it moving. But it wasn't great choices there by the Wangaratta Rovers. You take it away, Robbie. Thanks to Wangaratta Motor Group.
And, of course, Myrtleford. Although North Albury have made a bit of a late charge. Albury have made a late charge. Kicked away by Dylan Stone, but it's going to be marked there. And that will do, ladies and gentlemen, right on the 30-minute mark. Siren blares out across a packed JC Low Oval. And the scoreboard tells the story. Yarrawonga 10-12-72 have defeated the Wangaratta Rovers 6-12-48. They'll become outright leaders on the SS&A Ovens and Murray ladder with a impressive 24-point win. I thought the game really stepped up a gear in that final term. Rovers, they got within 4 points. They challenged. They kicked the first goal of that final term. Margin got back to 4 points. Dan Howe responded with a goal for the Yarrawonga. Then it was O'Brien with a long-range effort for Rovers. Halfway through that term, the margin was still at 4 points, Joel Montgomery. And after that, the last 3 goals of the game came the way of the Yarrawonga Pigeons through Basil Fromfelder, Lovell, and then Whooper Irvine. And they ran out winners by 24 points, 72-48. Good game of footy.
You could see there, Robbie, the intensity that we praised the Rovers for basically 2.5 to 3 quarters.
Yep.
It just dropped really heavily in that last quarter. Now, there could have been a few factors with those couple of injuries. We had a guy out there, or we saw a guy out there who couldn't move his arm in Booth, and McCarthy was obviously not quite right himself as well while still playing, plus also the impact of losing Will Christie early in the game. But you could just see the quality and the class of Yarrawonga. We talked about it earlier the day when the Rovers had all the ascendancy and all the ball and all the clearance. They were basically smashing every snap, and they were only 10 to 12 points up as a maximum. So they were quite wasteful early, and you just don't let a side like Yarrawonga have that kind of gap. You got to put the 5 or 6 goal break on when you're 5 or 6 goal playing.
Yep.
General player better than them.
Well, Scotty Montgomery has made his way out onto the ground, so he's just waving his way through there. A massive amount of people out there on the ground, players and that.
He's trying to go for the big boy, big Lock Howe, could be.
He's trying to find Lockie Howe, I think, is the young
Lockie's
fella.
trying to run into the middle. Oh, he's got a different one. Saw that got his by the pink boots.
Perry Lewis-Smith, it looks like he's got. Here's Scott Montgomery down on the ground.
Yeah, Harvey Norman betting player of the day, Perry Lewis-Smith, mate. That second half was unbelievable, and the way you boys were able to churn it out. Did Stevie J say something at half time that got you going?
Yeah, definitely. I think we started a little bit slow. So, yeah, we just sort of reset going into half-time, and he just really wanted to. He knew we were fitter, so he just wanted us to run it out like we knew we could. So, yeah, we're really happy with it, though.
And your midfield crew, mate, really got going. Lockhow got some ascendancy in that second half, and yourself, Wheeler, just really got on top of their mids, and were able to, as you said, run it out and really put them under the pump.
Yeah, no, we felt we were fitter. So even though they were getting on top a little bit in that first quarter, we knew we'd come good eventually. So, and Dan's been super the last few weeks. He's really come alive, sort of transitioning into the midfield, and yeah, we ran out the game really well. So we're super happy.
And yourself, mate, personally, you've been able to find your feet very quickly at O&M level. How are you finding the transition into this sort of level?
Yeah, man, I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, it's been so great just to get up here. Completely different area to what I'm used to, and I'm loving the footy, super high standard, and every game's super competitive. And I feel like I'm really getting the most out of myself. So, no, I'm loving it.
Well, go and enjoy the win, mate. Well done. Congratulations on the player of the day.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks so much.
There we go. That's Scott Montgomery down boundary side with Perry Lewis-Smith, who was probably, Joel, a little bit quieter like a lot of the players at half-time. But then he absolutely exploded in his second half. We weren't doing his numbers today, but I reckon if he didn't go 20-plus possessions in that second half, I'd be very surprised.
In the first probably 10 minutes of that third term, he would have had 5 or 6 because there would have been 3 or 4 clearances in that, including that goal. And so just really lifted. The guys whose stats we did take were those more experienced Wheelers and Howe, Masters, etc. But you can see that was the kind of spark, as well as Bailey Fonfelder at half forward. They just, that extra bit of pace that those guys add on top of the class of the other guys, it just opens up their inside and their outside game. And Pez was really fantastic today.
Yeah, I think if you look at half time, the summary, we get the feeling. We just made a few comments that Yarra were a bit off their game, 5-10% off, and they had more players down than Wang Rovers were. Wang Rovers were getting a more even contribution across in that first half. And I guess it was only a matter of time before that was changed. I thought half-time come at a great opportunity. And Stevie Johnson, I reckon he would have been pretty straight down the barrel to a lot of his players, and they responded magnificently with a really good second half of footy. They kicked 10 goals to 3. They kicked 7 goals to 3 in that second half of footy.
Yeah, that's right. And as we said earlier, the pressure game just dropped at that 5 or 10% from Wangaratta Rovers. And again, it could have been through fatigue through some of their players.
Here we go. Club song. The Pigeons are happy. There they are, the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They have taken over, well, they've maintained top position on the ladder. They pick up a little bit of percentage. They picked up a valuable 4 points over the Wangaratta Rovers, who now drop down to second. But when we come back from the break, Joel Montgomery, there is massive news coming out of the other broadcast game today on O&M Live. We've seen another team enter the top 3 for, I don't know the last time this side were in the top 3. That's when we come back. You better hang around for that one. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear. What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.